We'll do it live. We'll do it live! Fuck it! Do it live! I'll write it, and we'll do it live! Fucking thing sucks!
Yo, fuck nuts! It's probing time.
Black roof country, no gold pavement, tired
Wow.
Welcome.
What an intro, if I
What
may
an
say.
intro. Greetings, strange humans.
Hi.
Welcome.
What's up? Sup? Sup?
I don't know what's up and what's down, side to side.
Up, down, side to side.
Yeah.
You ever do the high five? Up, high,
No.
down, low, so too slow, or whatever? You never did? They didn't do that in Canada?
No.
You're all too nice over there.
No. We just fist pump.
Ill. What were you fist
Yeah.
pumping?
I don't know.
Oh. My hat?
My hat.
Yeah.
Should we do the good things on Twitter thing? If you want to put up Twitter.
No. Should we steal from
I have
You know
too
what?
many
If we're gonna
bad.
steal from MME, let's steal the worst bit they got. Let's do it.
Yeah. I have too many bad things on Twitter, so
Okay.
you guys share your Twitter, your wholesome Twitter.
Oh, no. I got nothing but stupid stuff on Twitter. We got nothing on Twitter.
That's the point of the show, isn't it?
I guess.
Or that part of that bit of the show?
Good things on Twitter. But it's just going to be my Twitter. I guess we can show my
Well,
Twitter.
My Twitter has too many conspiracy theorists.
Oh my God. What's going on over there? Hey, you got Senior Nerd.
Senior nerd.
Senor. Senor.
Senor.
Oh, it's supposed to be like one word. I get it. It's not Senior Nerd. It's supposed to be like Senor, but Senored.
Why so serious?
Senored.
Is that because I played the intro?
No, it's Senored.
It's Senor Nerd.
Senored.
With an
Senor.
accent?
There's no Enya.
There's no Enya. Never mind. Sorry, Senior Nerd.
It's actually
Apologies.
Senor-
Don't cancel me.
Senor Nerd.
Senor Nerd. You know we're
Senor
live.
Nerd. Oh, sorry.
I love it. She didn't think we were live. No, I actually like that. Third mic. Third mic in the background sounding far away is always hilarious. I love it. What's up, CJH?
Are you sharing this?
Yeah.
Screen or-
Sorry. Look at
Yeah.
you being responsible and stuff.
I know. It's crazy.
All right. There.
All right.
You put it up, I guess. All right. So let's just
All
go
right.
through good news of Twitter. Good news. Little Movie Perps expectations have been set since delivering a 9% on the tomato meter. We're talking Rebel Moon. Hey, how's it going, Chris? Love you, Chris. Wishing you the best. Wishing you everything good.
Long
love
time
you,
no
Chris.
see, Vince.
Long time no see, Vince, editor of the Sci-Fi Channel, one of the biggest up-and-comers in movie discussions. I can't get enough of them over there. Oh, all
Okay,
good.
Back to
All
Twitter.
good. Back to good news of Twitter. Good news of Twitter. Perp, his expectations has been set. Okay, so
Do you want to zoom in the page?
how do I do that?
Is it the
I don't know how
top
to
of
do
the
that. I don't know how to do
top
that.
of the computer?
On top of the computer. He's asking me to zoom in the page.
The settings.
Yeah, go to the three dots
Are
Go to
you an
the
old
three
man
dots.
now?
Yeah, no, I'm booming.
and then zoom.
Zoom. We need to go 150%. So in case Ed, no one believed me, it says right here, expectation set. It says it right there. Read it and weep, haters, doubters.
In clear, crystal blue.
Oh, I
Or
get why
wherever it is,
everyone's saying
Wonka.
what's serious and what's so serious. Because okay, guys, I needed to put a title in there, and I had
What happened?
No, I put my title as "Dude, this is serious." That's my.
Oh.
But there's nothing going on.
The Looney Tunes.
It's that's all, folks. Is that problematic? Now? Can we do that? Can we get canceled? I'm like making fun of stuttering, right?
I don't know.
Big.
Oh,
I get
God.
canceled for that shit.
Cancel him.
Canceled them.
Canceled.
Yeah, that's the cancel sound. I like
Yeah.
that. That's the official before or after show. Eating popcorn. Are you
Yeah.
watching a movie? Guess what movie I was watching? I had to turn it off so I could come here.
Too much soup.
I know.
That's
what
on
movie
my
was
channel.
I watching?
I know.
No, you know, but they don't know.
I gained like 13 subscribers.
Wow, I gained like 13 pounds.
So did I.
What?
Uh,
Video yourself or it's not true. Hey, Kingdom Nerds, what's going on? Dude, we just had to. Dude, this is serious. I had to make this stream as
Yeah.
soon as I saw Max's last stream. Oh my God. What?
Look
what
at
a-
where'd
what
all
a
these
farce.
people come from? This is like so many people tune into the
Dude, people want
after before show.
Let's face it, people love this. Even though they're not gonna say it, they love that Rebel Moon is getting trashed by the critics. This is gonna start a war, the critic war.
A critic war.
Yeah, they love this because now we get to do the whole bias. Critics are biased against it, even though Crazy Joe yesterday showed like all the good reviews Snyder has gotten, including his last movie.
His last movie. What was his last
was
movie?
Snyder Cut, wasn't it? Wasn't Snyder Cut
I
technically?
feel like it was something else.
or Army of the Dead.
Yeah,
Who
wasn't
came
it?
first?
Or
No,
no,
Army of the
didn't
Dead got-
didn't something come out? Else come out besides Army of the Dead?
Army of Thieves, but he produced that. I don't think he directed it.
Or what was the other one that? Or it was the Thieves one
Yeah.
where they bankrupt during.
Audience reviews are
the
up to
zombie
70, but those aren't
apocalypse.
verified.
Actually, is Rebel Moon
No,
connected
that was
to Army of
Movie
Thieves?
Madness. Relax. That was in the beginning. That's when it first started. It's gone up since then. I can't believe you, Max. I cannot believe the stream you did yesterday. I respect your opinion. I love your opinion. But come on, bro. A bias? Do you have a bias against Michael Bay? You're going to say, yes, we all have biases. Well, if we all have biases, what's the point of that stream yesterday? We all have biases anyway. He directed Army of the Dead. In my opinion, the tomato meter is a little too high. So it's like, it evens out, bro. I'm telling you. Yeah, there's no way we all have bias. See, but that's my point. If we all have biases, then what does it matter that critics have a bias? If we all have biases. Do YouTubers have a bias? Do YouTubers have a bias, guys?
Do they have a bias?
YouTube movie reviewers, do they have a bias?
I think they have a bias,
I think they do.
especially
So
if
why
they're
is it
pro
a special thing?
Snyder.
Because they are wrong. How are they wrong, Taladia? If it's subjective. How can they be wrong if it's subjective, Taladia? Can you pull? I don't have any power here. Can you pull up quotes so people know what I'm talking about? I can't show the stuff.
Pull up quotes. I don't have any quotes.
But where's the bias? I don't understand the bias.
Oh, the bias would be from YouTubers that praise Zack Snyder.
Oh, that's kind of bias. And Taladia, it's bias. There's an argument that you would be more biased because you haven't seen Rebel Moon yet, unless you have. And you're already telling people that have seen Rebel Moon that they're wrong. So who has the real bias? At the end of the day, like what you like, dude. And this is what it always comes down to after like days of just like tomato meter, and then everyone always settles with just like what you want until the next movie. Then it's all over again. It's like, bro, no one learns their goddamn lesson. Holy shit. I'll watch it, but I know a lot of people give critics bullshit. I love critics, and I don't even agree with them most of the time. I'm a horror fan. Hell no, I don't agree with them. But you know what? They've showed me some great movies. I literally started watching Wonka today because I was not hit with those trailers. I did not like those trailers whatsoever. The movie looked cringe to me. The reviews of Wonka, the critical reception it's getting, got me to start watching Wonka today. So I'm sorry. You guys don't listen. It seems to me, it's not, oh, we don't listen. I'm just saying we don't listen to critics. And it seems like you don't want anyone to listen to critics. Otherwise, you wouldn't keep saying how hard you don't listen to critics and you shouldn't listen to critics. Make up your own mind, blah, 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 blah. I think you guys are just mad at the people that do listen to critics. And that's their choice, like mine.
You got so many watchers on your channel.
How many times stop talking RT this much power? What do you mean? I want RT to have this much power. I like Rotten Tomatoes. I like that there's a site that gathered all these professional critics and put them all under one roof. And now everyone, because of that, all you motherfuckers are othering them straight up. You all put critics under one roof. They do this. They have this. They all do this. They all have this. They all have a bias. You all motherfuckers are othering them. You really are. And not that it's a big deal. They're fucking critics. Who cares? I know it's not like the society's biggest thing, but you're technically doing that. I don't know if you guys noticed that. All critics. Look at this bias. Yeah, Rotten Tomatoes has an ooey ball. Every time people say I don't trust Rotten Tomatoes, I'm like, look up the worst reviews movie of the year and tell me you don't agree with them. I dare you. And then like I think Max, you were being proven wrong as you looked at stuff. You're like, okay, what's the worst review? Blood and Honey. Yeah, Blood and Honey. Okay, 2%. Okay. And I like Blood and Honey. You don't see me bitching at Rotten Tomatoes.
Everybody's
Bitching
coming
about.
to your channel. Nobody's literally on my channel. It's like 7 viewers. But continue your rant.
No, I'm just saying, it's like, I think it's a little bit of virtue signaling here at this point, because we all know, because we don't have to keep repeating the same thing over and over again. How many times have you heard the perp say, I don't like romantic comedy. I don't like it. And I, dude, this is the problem with romantic comedies. This is why no one's watching romantic. Like, if you don't care, you're not talking about it at all. But you do. I think you guys are struggling with how you really feel, and you're trying to do this thing where it's like, I don't really care, but I need to say something just in case. I don't know. There's something going on there. Pull up what Max said. We're going one by one.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, CJ, I'm hijacking this because I think those articles saying Zach weaponized the fans is influencing a lot of the. I'm sure you do, because there's just no other reason why a critic wouldn't like a Snyder movie, right? Right? I mean, Max, you and I were there when we were reading those Indiana Jones reviews, and we were like, okay, we kind of see that. We kind of see that. We kind of see that. What this critic is saying, what this critic is saying, what this critic is saying. Guess what? It's the same. I'm doing the same thing. I'm being consistent here. It's like, yeah, I see a lot of people.
You know what I'm
why
doing?
critics have problems with Snyder movies.
We're 13 minutes in. I'm adding the link.
Yeah, add the link. Not to this. No, what do you mean? To what extent?
It's special.
Dude,
for
the problem
before show.
You fuckers, and you're not even realizing what Netflix is doing. They're kind of exploiting the Snyder shit. If you noticed, none of you guys mentioned that shit yesterday. What's Netflix's marketing doing? What do you think they're doing this director's cut, theatrical cut thing? They're getting you guys already amped up to fight these critics when they release a shitty cut this time, and then they're going to do the real director's cut, and it's like, oh no, you see now it's a BVS all over again. If you ask me, Netflix is looking for that Snyder fan.
Or what about
really
the
are.
fact that
They
people
really are,
want?
and they're playing you guys like puppets the exact same way to go against the critics, because we all know Netflix doesn't exactly. Not every movie, of course. There's Roma. There's tons of Netflix movies that get critical praise and all that. But if you guys are running with the whole Netflix doesn't like critics, look what Netflix is doing right now. They're playing you guys like puppets. Put the link in there. Put the link in there. I want someone to push back on me right now. I dare you to push back on me. Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. I'm standing up. I'm standing up and hopping. Ask Homura. Let's go.
He's standing up and hopping.
I'm going. Let's go, puppets.
What have you guys done?
Let's go, puppets.
I put it in my channel. That's why.
Prove to me you got no strings. Y'all being played marketing just like the antis. Just like the antis being played by marketing. Y'all being played by marketing. Let's fucking go.
I get played by marketing every day.
Yeah, you're damn right. That's an angry raptor. Let's go. I hate when my friends get played by marketing.
Oh wow, I don't even have to be a mod to post a link.
No, post a link.
That's crazy.
Baby hands. Oh, I'm angry.
That is
I'm
crazy.
seeing bad takes left and right. Perp needs to do something. Who's here? Say it. Say it.
Oh, say it, Chris.
Put that down.
Wait, he's not. Wait.
Put down the thing. Yeah. there
Oh
you
my
Hello?
god.
What's up, man? Am I right? Are people being
I'm
played
so
by Netflix?
glad. I'm so glad you dropped the link because this is if this was MME, I would get censored, not be allowed to put my opinion out there. But I just want to say,
But it's
not-
the after
I-
show. Uh
it's
oh.
not. This isn't a personal thing, okay? But I watched that, and then I watched all the little clips. And Max, you are so fucking full of shit, bro.
I'm right
You
here,
are
bro.
so full
I'm
of
not full-
shit,
I'm not
bro.
full of shit.
He has his
No,
opinion.
no,
Let's
no,
be nice, Chris.
no,
We're trying to get
no.
you back in. Please be good. Just Chris.
Whoa. just-
No, I don't want to get back. I can only
No, you say that
I-
now, and then next week you're gonna change your
I,
fucking
no, no,
mind.
no.
Don't do
Yeah,
that.
I
I
didn't
can
know you
only
were
say
popping in.
I can
I
only
was
say
doing housework and listening.
I
to
can
cassette
only
tapes.
say I genuinely care about this man so many times and be ignored to the point that I start to take it fucking personal. I don't care about
noises. I'm not talking about that. I'm here to talk about Zach's.
Yeah, it's about Zach.
Why?
why. Here's what I want. Why is it bots and it's such a bad thing? Let's talk about what a critic says.
Okay. I
You're
will
gonna love the
take
movie no matter what. I'm probably gonna love the movie no matter
I
what.
didn't say.
Even if
I don't think it's. I don't
cheesy.
think it's a masterpiece. But this concerted effort, this
There is
low.
no.
It's like
a bunch of people don't
Catwoman.
like Snyder. What a surprise! They
The
don't like
only
the
ones that
Snyder
are
movie.
mad seem to be the Snyder fans.
I'm not
bro.
mad. In my opinion, I believe there is a huge bias that everyone
Where
has
was that bias
yes,
for Army of the
that they are
Dead?
just flaunting it with
Where
this
was the bias
review.
for Army of the Dead?
No, perp, even
There's
better.
this
That's what I
situation-
just said. That's what I just said.
I actually thought about that. Things have changed since Army of the Dead and Zack Snyder's Justice League came out.
God.
I mean,
There's
they
been
chose
a
that
lot,
movie
There's
for
there's been a
Spider-Man.
lot of press
You're telling me that
Army of the
wasn't.
Dead came out after.
You're telling me that wasn't unfair though. That stupid Oscar thing, Spider-Man versus Army of the Dead, and all the Snyder bots came out and were like, yeah, and
There's
they
lots
actually
for
made it.
everything.
It was okay. It was okay then.
You
but
know how
now
you
it's
know
like
how
a
Army
bad
of the
thing.
Dead won? Because something else had bots and they had to dismiss that too. There's bots for every fandom. It's
Here's what I
You're a
genuinely
proposal.
want. Here's
that's
what I
the whole
genuinely want.
context. There's
I want people that love Zack Snyder to go out and enjoy this movie
Yeah.
and fuck what the critics say. If you love it, you love it. Go
Well,
out and enjoy your movie.
the thing that changed. I really thought about that hard perp last night. I'm like, well, what changed? Because they were
Nothing
pretty-
changed besides
they
the
were
way
pretty-
you're thinking
They were
about it.
pretty fair to Army of the Dead. and
No, they
Zack
weren't.
Snyder's
They were
Justice League.
overpraising that one.
Okay.
That thing, when you said, I don't know about 9%, I was like, dude, Army of the Dead is the biggest 9% movie I've ever seen in my life, okay? That thing was
Okay.
like,
All
no
right. So
offense to
something's
people that work on
changed.
it.
Is all the goodwill, for better or for worse, that happened with Zack Snyder's Justice League when it came out, and the conversations around Zack and continuation in his movies and whatever.
that has
It's
nothing to
hate
do
the
with critics.
fucking
Why would
fan.
critics? Why
And
would
yes,
critics
there was
care
a
about
lot of articles.
that?
that
But,
came
but that's
out.
not critics. That's not critics. That's not movie reviewers. That's different.
Well, perp, let me. Can I just say something real quick?
And they're not even trying to be
You
objective.
can't even name names.
I agree
No,
with.
it's
Look, I
possible.
agree with Max.
It's possible that this movie is this bad. It's possible.
I agree with Max
It's
that
possible
maybe the
that even
critics
Netflix
target.
did it on purpose to rile you
They
guys
stand
up.
together.
No, I think that you guys are missing the glaring contradiction here. Every director has a certain amount of bias against him from certain fans.
Yes,
From Scorsese all the way down to Zack
Ab-
Snyder.
absolutely.
So
But it's even
So-
more so because of the
Why?
situation.
there is no
after the
more so.
Snyder
No,
Cut.
no. There is no
Yes.
more so. Critics' job is to do the
People
movie. They don't-
cannot stand Zack and they cannot stand his fans.
They cannot stand
Now,
his
if that's
movies.
warranted
They
or
cannot
not,
stand his movies. His movies. Okay, and I could see
I think
why.
it's beyond.
Even the
that.
great works of
I
art
think
like
it's
Sucker
beyond that.
Punch are misunderstood. I love Sucker Punch. I don't understand why people hate that movie so much.
They
'Cause it's all over
they
the
said
place.
it was they fetishizes women. It uses all the That's what I was reading some reviews last night with Joe.
Man, there are so many movies in Hollywood that do that. But yeah, okay, I'll give
But,
him that.
all
It
right,
does.
so compared to some of the stuff that was released this year,
Okay.
I do not think it deserves this low.
You haven't
But
seen
I
it.
haven't seen
We
it.
haven't
Right, I haven't
seen
seen
it
it
yet.
based on the trail. I know that based on the trailer, based on some things I've seen in the reviews, I really feel that they are not even trying to be objective with this man. And
You
sometimes
have
they just
nothing to say.
dogpile.
You have
just
nothing other than
dogpile.
your own, because they don't think like
I-
you. You're literally
No,
saying that
no,
it has to be because of
no.
something else. That's
There
literally
are
it.
certain
That is
situations.
literally it.
No.
No,
There's certain
Perp, I think the
situations-
critics are also mad. I think Max
Yes.
is right on a little bit. I think the critics
Any-
are also mad because they
Yeah.
know for a fact
And
that there's 2 cuts to this movie. Why are you only giving us
and-
1 cut to
and
this
there's
movie?
there's something to
Especially
be
if it's a
said.
messy
Look,
film.
Look how many
I could be
people
mad at
in
that
the,
too. It's
in
like,
the,
why are you
in the
mess-
commentary community were just so pissed off that he filmed in his driveway. There's a lot of things that
Man,
Zack
that's just
Snyder
virtue signal performative
Zack
bullshit.
Snyder went past the status quo, went past all the things you're supposed to do in Hollywood, past
Dude,
the,
if I
past the
okay,
PR,
you
social
jerk.
media influencers just went
Dude,
directly
you
to
are
fans,
you have a
and he's
parasocial thing with
also-
Zack Snyder
he's
where you know this
also
much about
really-
this happens to every director.
Order in court.
No,
If
no.
we looked at the life and
Also-
career of
he's
Michael
also
Bay, I could
really-
find all this. I could find the exact same thing. Look at how they did it when he was in the island
He's
and he was
also-
struggling here. Look at this interview over here,
No.
and now look at
He
what
went
it did to him in
directly
Transformers
to the
2.
fans,
Like,
and that
because
pissed
you
off
are
a lot of people in the
microscoping
industry,
one
including-
Okay,
director.
no, Perp, why
including-
you never let hold on. That's a
Including-
great point, Max.
including
Max,
the
that's a great
critics,
point.
which he made them look stupid.
But
because
hold
they were being fed stuff from Warner
But
Brothers.
hold
that didn't
on,
exist.
Max.
Yeah.
Max, hold on. You think it's great that Zach listens to the fans and goes to the fans and keeps the fans engaged, right? You like that, right? So why do you have such a problem when James Gunn does it? He talks too much. He shouldn't be on Twitter. Blah blah blah.
That stuff he doesn't like.
It's the exact same
Because he
shit,
said-
bro.
Exactly. It's literally a subjective
No,
thing.
it's
And Max, you're
different.
putting it on everything.
It's not a direct comparison because Zack Snyder, when he's trying to correct fans that are against him, if he kept doing that, I would say it's pointless. The majority of the interactions that Zach's been doing since Us United have been positive. He called out geeks and gamers.
Fair enough.
He
But you
did
put,
all that stuff, and then it's never enough. Now he doesn't call out people
Max,
enough.
you've created a narrative because you're so
No.
microscoped
No,
and
if
one
you show-
director.
if
I
you
could
show-
literally
if
do the
you
same thing
show-
for any director in their career of
show
how they
me
got screwed over.
he's
And look at this
responding
awesome
to
rags to
trolls
riches
on
story.
Twitter.
Like,
I would say the same thing about Zach. It's a waste of time. It's pointless. It's not going to win anyone over. That's the difference.
I think Senior Nerd wants to say something.
Okay, go ahead, Senior. What the
dude,
hell is that?
Degrassi, I'm telling you, the
shit's
Netflix
still-
marketing team is
Oh.
using these Snyder guys. They're using these Snyder guys to do this shit. To
He's-
start these wars against critics and all that. Look at this bias. Look at that's
if
you're
there's
being
ever-
used by
if there was
Netflix's
ever a
marketing.
situ- if
Why are
there
they
was
doing
ever
this
a
director's cut?
situation-
Why did they
if there-
release Army
Why?
of the
Yeah,
Dead?
that no.
Why
but
are they
is
release?
it-
Why did they
ever
release
a
Army of the
Is
Dead?
it
but now
because
the
I
Snyder
have a
cut?
question
They're
though?
using
I
these
have a
puppets.
serious question about that.
I
Maybe it's
puppets
because
doing stuff.
maybe it's because they want an R version and a PG-13 version. Maybe that's why.
No,
That's
that's
what
his
the- no,
part of
that-
his
that's-
brand. He
that's
loves
what they'll
doing
say, but
director's
why-
cuts.
Okay, they want. Okay, so they're.
And he admitted it
look
for
what
money
they're- okay,
reasons.
Check out this narrative.
I have a
Max,
clip of
check
him
out this
saying,
narrative. Like,
Well, I
Max,
can make more money.
You created a
Yeah.
narrative. I could create a narrative too, and I could use real facts to create that narrative. Degrassi says, "Why they put Maestro in theaters and not Rebel Moon?" I think Netflix thinks Rebel Moon is not a good movie.
I don't think. No, that's
yes,
you
and they
you
purposefully-
you
One at
Joe-
a time, please.
you
and they
Joe-
purposefully
no.
are doing this of releasing a bad
Because it's
movie,
a bad
so they
movie?
get guys like you to support it no matter what,
No,
and go
no.
even harder when the director's cut
That,
comes
I'm
out,
saying that's
when
a
the better movie comes
possibility.
out. They're
But a lot
literally
of
doing
these
a
things
BVS
like
thing
Knives Out
with
and
marketing
the other,
to
let
play
me
you guys
finish.
like puppets.
Let me finish. I know this is your show, but let me finish. You're
Okay.
CGH's show, the before show. I thought it was the after show. It's the
Well,
before-
We're before the after-
I-
we're before the after show. Max.
I
Keep up.
made an intro, and that was the point.
Okay, what was I saying? God damn it! I lost my point of view. I lost my thought.
Welcome to my world.
You were saying that Zack Snyder is going to make more money. Why wouldn't you want more money? Was the director?
Oh yeah, I even criticized them there. He just said I thought he was going to say, oh, the reason he's doing extended cuts or something is because of creative vision. He's like, you mean I can make some more money and have another release? Yeah.
But Netflix already. But Netflix already
Oh,
gave
the
him
Netflix-
complete
You know what we call that?
artistic
Oh,
control.
Call that bias.
They already gave him complete
Yeah, yeah.
control.
Yeah,
So he can. he can release what he wants to release. So why are they going to go to chop? Critics are probably mad because they're getting a chopped up film.
He could sell another cut.
Again, a chopped up film. You guys are going to love it no matter what, and you're going to fight for it when everyone's hating on it because it is a chopped up film. It's an incomplete story. People are not going to like it, and you guys are going to defend it blindly.
That's what I was trying to point out.
And then when the director's cut comes out, you're like, this is the real story.
Word in on perp. Holy shit.
Yeah, when he's like this, it is. Even
it's
for
really
me.
hard to get a word.
That's why I'm saying order in court.
Let me get
you guys got the Raptor.
Order in court.
You guys got the Raptor angry today. I'm just gonna say he was dropping F-bombs and everything.
Fine, good. So saying that Netflix knows it's bad and that's why it's not getting a wider release, it's possible, but just running with your own narrative, perp, is bullshit. There's reasons that
I had several other points.
Let me finish. There's reasons that Glass Onion got more release. It had some things set it up before Netflix bought it. Some of these movies that have a wider release, Netflix swooped in at the last moment to buy it. So they're potentially, and this is me speculating, but just from what I've been covering movie talk with the Fox release and what happened with Prey, some things are set up early on with distribution that they need to meet certain quotas and be a certain amount on the screens, or it could have been in Rian Johnson's contract. So there's lots of factors that could be the reason. And yes, yours is a possibility, but just running with that, they know it's shit, and that's why they're
not running. I'm just saying that makes as much sense as that makes more sense than you just the bias and you start going off on Snyder and then all these different things that you don't connect.
That shows you're not being objective enough, saying it's just shit, and that's why they're not releasing it.
I'm being as objective. It's like I'm giving the reasonable doubt that maybe they don't like Snyder movies. A lot of people don't like Snyder movies.
Were bought at the last moment from Netflix.
It's like, dude,
they had to change the release strategy, and where you're just assuming it's because it's shit, and that's the reason it didn't.
I'll just be really glad when I'm going to be.
No, I'm not assuming. I haven't seen
Kingdom of Nerds, aka Brucifer, goes free agent. Okay, when is your contract up?
I got him locked down. Don't worry about it.
Okay, I'm just saying. Max, that made me laugh, Max. That was funny.
When can I talk and it's not perp ranting? Do you have anything else to say? I got a bunch of shit.
Go ahead. I just came in. You got me so hot. I was listening.
You got me hot. I was on the road listening to this thing.
I found an old record player in my basement. It doesn't work.
I just think the whole it's a conspiracy theory against Zack Snyder, Max. You're full of shit. Don't pass that narrative. You're better than this, Max. Stop that.
No.
Is there a conspiracy against Paul W.S. Anderson?
He subverted the normal routes where you promote.
Have you looked into the resume of Paul W.S. Anderson? Why doesn't Paul W.S. Anderson get good reviews?
A lot of these online critics do not like fame.
Why doesn't Paul W.S. Anderson get good reviews? Have you looked into it? Maybe Snyder's not the only one. Maybe there's a bunch of directors on this list.
Yeah, Michael Bay too.
Yeah, Michael Bay, exactly.
Michael Bay.
Yeah, but this one's but it's way worse with Snyder, right?
But they're acting like he's a Michael Bay, and that's bullshit.
I've always said he's between Michael Bay and Ridley Scott. He's like in the middle, right there.
What the fuck?
I do. I think that. And there's nothing wrong. I love both directors, and I'm not being shitty. He's right there in terms of visual stylist. He's right there in between. Yeah. Rob Zombie doesn't get good reviews. Have we ever questioned why?
I mean,
is there something going on there?
This low though, like
this low, yeah. Rob Zombie does get in the 9s, in the 14%. Yeah, lower.
Okay, I'm saying I believe it's there. I'm not,
Does Senior Nerd have a window open?
To say I'm a conspiracy
or a fan?
theorist.
Oh, the fan. Okay.
You think all the critics are working together to hate on Snyder?
That's a fan, right?
I think they're just.
Am I agreeing?
They're sick.
No, not anymore.
They don't like that he subverted the industry.
Why?
There's still people that
that's
can't
too complicated. Why can't they just not like his movies?
Driveway.
That's complicated. Why can't they just not like his movies?
It's possible they just don't like his movies, but this amount.
Impossible.
It's possible.
Not possible. Isn't it more likely?
It's fact.
No, more likely.
I believe this is what's going on.
Is it more likely that they just don't like his movies?
This amount?
Yes.
I think there's something more to it. This amount.
Based on
started out at 9. What is it at now?
Dude, like
This
directors
amount of
make
critics?
make bad movies all the time.
Okay. It's possible. I haven't seen the movie yet. I'll see it.
Is
It's
it
possible it's this bad. I just don't believe it right now, based on what I've seen with the
23%.
trailers. I don't think it's a masterpiece
Wait,
either.
wait,
I
wait,
don't
wait.
think it's a masterpiece.
Chris has an announcement, I think.
Listen, I think they're all. Oh, that's just me fucking with Bruce. I think
Okay.
they're all, I think Max is right about one thing. There are a lot of butthurt people out there that actually take joy in seeing people fail, and they see these critics kind of not really review bombing, but saying these things that they're saying about Zach, and they're starting to take joy in it. And that's something I disagree with. Look, this movie's probably going to be all build up, and the second half is going to be all action.
Yeah.
They wanted Dune. They're not going to get Dune. Okay. They're not going to get that kind of build up. Zach's just, Zach's great, but he's a different kind of director from Denis Villeneuve. You know what I mean? It's just, I think, one, they're mad about the movie being chopped up, and B, they're only getting half the story, and this first half's going to be all build up. I don't know why the critics are going this hard, because 9%, that's going in pretty hard, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, what are
Yeah.
the worst movies this year?
Blood
The
and Honey.
worst?
Blood
I
and
don't,
Honey, which I
probably
like.
Barbie.
You asshole.
No, I mean this is not. I mean, from what I could see, it's
Probably.
it's
Barbie.
not. I don't think this is a masterpiece. Just not going in. You know, I think
It
I'm gonna
looks fun
enjoy
as hell to me.
Yeah.
It looks fun as hell. It,
It
looks like
visuals
Dune.
look like they're tight.
What
it
did
looks-
Jupiter
acting looks like
Ascending
they're
get?
I don't know, but when that review guy, when that critic said he would rather watch Jupiter Ascending,
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, he's trolling. This dude's trolling big time, man. Because
Yeah,
that
part
is
of it
an
is a lot of
awful
these.
movie.
Part of it is
Jupiter
a lot
Ascending
of
had
these.
moments.
A lot of these same critics also write articles, and you know what? Snyder fans fall for it all the time. If they see anyone even disrespects Zach's work the slightest, they will click on that shit like nothing. No one's missed. They make money. There's a lot of grifting because
Yeah.
Snyder
there
fans
is.
take the bait. There's a lot of years of history of Snyder fans just taking the bait, getting triggered by stuff like this, and I'm maybe I'm being triggered too, but I don't believe this is organically this bad.
I have no reason
have
why,
this.
but like, what do
There's
you?
lots of reasons.
No, when I
That's
watch
why.
Max
That's
stream,
you
I
being
don't
biased. But that's
fan
you being
bases.
biased.
No. I don't
No.
think Max is triggered.
That
though.
is
I
you being
watch.
biased.
I don't think Max
No.
is triggered though. To be
If
honest,
you,
I watch.
if he hasn't seen the movie and you
I
have
think
nothing
the
to go on,
conspiracy. I think the
outside of your
conspiracy
bias.
theory thing was. I'm like, oh wow, Max is full of shit. But when I watched that stream last night, Max sounded like Max always does. So I don't think he was triggered. I think it was a topic. He laid it out there. He gave his opinion. Part of it, I was like, what is he talking
A lot
about?
of these people, these critics, make
he
their
was
living
looking
online.
like Snyder.
A lot
Snyder
of
Cut
Snyder
got good
fans
reviews.
are online. They have a history there. They don't like it. They don't like him. They don't like that he goes direct to the fan base that calls them shills and calls them full of shit. There's a lot of history there.
Vince, yeah, listen.
They're having trouble being more objective than they would normally. I would say.
Well, I partially agree. Well, you show Vince's look. But listen, Vince. I'm not saying you gotta like. I understand what you're saying, okay, Vince. But at the same time, bro, Zach admitted that was this kind of movie. It was a Star Wars pitch. It didn't work out. It's going to be a bunch of different things that he pays homage to, smushed together in one movie, and he's going to try to tell a good story.
Yeah.
That's why it feels like John Carter, Dune, Star Wars, all mixed together, because that's what he was going for.
And it's also like it could just be
23%.
like he said it himself. Maybe the critics are like, it's just a bunch of Star Wars stuff. It was okay, and that's a rotten. And that's how you get. If you get all the critics saying that, is like, not for me. That's a rotten. And you guys are making it seem like it can't be this bad.
Why can't you admit that there's a possibility that there's some bad blood between these critics online?
Because you haven't demonstrated anything to demonstrate.
There's a whole history there.
No, you go to articles that are not critics. You're going to commentators.
You're going to Max. You're going to Scoopers, bro.
Look at how Joe was influenced.
John Campea is not a legit critic.
Joe is not a critic. Joe is not really.
But look how Joe was influenced about that big article.
He's a commentator. Exactly. He's a commentator.
Weaponized his fan base, and they take that as like they act like he's. I've heard many times that people call him like a Trump. They treat him like that.
Is it weird that I want to know what game Senior Nerd is playing right now because I see him with the Xbox controller? Is it weird I want to know what game he's playing?
Call me the beast.
Anthony, that's sort of my take too.
Whatever it is,
copy
calling
stuff.
Ooh, nice. Ooh.
You know what I'm playing now, guys? Spider-Man, and I can't stop. I'm
How
addicted.
can you see
I'm
that?
addicted.
Senior nerd. It's pretty far
The
away.
first one still, right, Chris?
Nice
You haven't gotten to the
toes.
second one?
I haven't played the first one yet. I just got this
You
new
have
PlayStation 5,
you have
and it
male
came with
model
Spider-Man.
toes, Senior nerd.
Fuck,
Think about
Max,
modeling
why
those.
did Max make it weird? Why? What the fuck?
His toes
You-
are good.
What do
Yeah,
male
you have
model
nice
toes
toes.
look like?
You have
What do
beautiful
male
toes,
model?
senior nerd.
Oh,
Senior nerd,
Max,
your toes are
Max
sick,
is a
dude.
Your
foot
toes,
guy.
your toes
Your
have
toes
big
are
dick
sick,
energy.
dude.
You want to suck on them?
No,
I wasn't gonna go there,
no,
but-
no, that's
I bought the new
model.
PlayStation 5 as a reward to myself. See,
Dude,
I
there's
was gonna
7
do this
messages in
later.
private chat. Is everyone
I
saying
was
this?
know
gonna-
why I'm here.
I was gonna do this later on my stream.
Oh, to talk
Because I
about
don't-
how I'm full of shit.
No. I was gonna do that anyway. But it doesn't matter, Max. I still tell everybody how great your show is and how much I genuinely care about you, whether we disagree on a lot of shit or not. I tell everybody on every stream I'm on how I genuinely care about you. Okay, now
He does.
I got a lot of fucking shit going on in my life right now. A lot. I was gonna do this
He
on my own
does.
stream, but I'm gonna do it right now. I got a lot of bad shit going on in my life. But you know what I do to get through this shit? I play my new PlayStation and I think about all the good times I've had on all the streams with all the people that were there when my brother died, when all the people that were there for me, when my dad had the stroke, and now that all the people that are being there for me that I found out my mom has lung cancer. I
Oh,
think
I'm
about
sorry to
the
hear that.
good
I didn't know
shit.
that one.
I think about the good shit, but I'm always going to have that crazy temper. I'm always going to have that crazy temper where I fly off the handle and I say foul shit. I can't stop myself. But me saying you're full of shit about something on your show doesn't mean, don't take that personal, Max. I just think
No, no.
there's not a, there's
Well,
no
I do-
conspiracy theory, bro. I just
The
don't
best
believe
thing,
that.
the best thing I could say to Perp is, well, what happened? They were pretty good to Army of the Dead and Zack Snyder's Justice League.
Those were
The
bots, bro.
situation has changed drastically since
They
that
were
release.
bots. They
But
were
you-
bots.
No,
you
the
put that in
goodwill,
there.
the amount of
It changed
articles-
for you. Why do
No,
you?
it
Why do you
changed
assume
for
it changed
a lot
for
of
critics?
people.
What-
People
what-
are sick of Snyder fans.
Can
If
you
you're not a
give
Snyder
me
fan,
one
you're- a
example
lot
of that with a
people are sick
critic?
of them.
Can you give me one critic where that happened, where you could see that, you could do the note, you could trace, look what he said here versus here versus here.
That Rolling
you can't.
Stone article
You put them
was
all in
pretty
one
big.
box, and you just
So
put this
she's gone
negativity
after-
button
I
on
will
top
just,
of it.
I'll say this much though, Perp. Let me say this much. We all do it. Do we not? I don't want to be
Sure.
hypocritical.
People are sick
I
of
don't
Zack
want to be
Snyder
hypocritical
movies.
and act like Max is
I'm
the
just
only
looking out for
person.
Paul W. Anderson, who always gets
I know,
shit from
but
critics and no
I
one
know,
backs him up.
but what I'm saying is, I don't want it to. I'm tired of all of us being kind of hypocritical when we, look at Max talking bad about James Gunn, but he loves Zack Snyder.
I support
We all do that
Gunn
too.
movies.
We all do that too. I do that. I do that. I will.
Do you know how people think I am more objective than all of you?
No,
That's
you're
not true.
Yes,
That's
yes, it
absolutely
is.
Not
not
when it
true.
comes to James Gunn.
You're
I
not
think
objective
James
because you're
Gunn's
biased as
cast
hell,
for
dude.
Superman Legacy is better casting than Zack Snyder did for Rebel Moon.
Oh, I did see that. I did see that.
Yes.
I did that. I did see
I
that.
said
I
that
saw
is a
stream.
That's
fire
meaningless.
cast.
What does that mean?
No, it's
That's
not
meaningless.
meaningless.
It means
I'm
he's
saying
actually
they-
paying.
is
It means he's
meaningless.
giving. It means he's
it's-
given.
You haven't seen either movie, so what do you mean casting? It means you like the looks of the actors? Like, what do you mean?
I
haven't seen
know
either
some
movie.
of those actors.
You have no idea.
I have a history. I watch a lot of movies, a lot of content. I have a history. That is some fire casting.
Okay.
Yeah, it's true.
You know,
Okay,
and
Perp's
and I
got a
said
point.
some of the villains.
You're just
are
looking at
more
pictures. You're like
intriguing.
fire cast.
Like,
Okay.
I said
guess.
Rebel Moon. I looked like it's a lot of fun,
Perp, wow.
but the villains, I'm concerned about the villains. But I don't think it's a 23%
I'm not.
bad.
Here's
No.
listen. There's never been a Zack Snyder. No joke. There has never been a Zack Snyder movie I didn't like.
That's like
There's
23%.
never There's never been one I
I
didn't
mean, it
like.
is subjective.
I
but
probably would have said the same thing. Like, nah, BVS.
But I hated his choice for Lex. I hate it.
I love
I
it.
don't.
I
I,
didn't like
I
it
hated his
first.
You're in the
choice for
minority
Lex.
there, Chris. I know. a lot
I
of people
do
love it.
not
Yeah.
like what's his face, Jesse
that's how
Eisenberg.
Lex would
At
be
all.
in current times.
Oh, for Snyder. I thought you were
Yeah.
talking about. I thought the new guy, the new Lex.
No. I don't like, and I don't think that. Look, I don't think. Look, if we're all homies, right? Max, I watched your little trip. You, Christopher, Rhea. I saw that how excited you were when you
Best
when
content on YouTube.
when you saw that there was a Hardee's there, the cassette tapes
I
and
need-
stuff.
I'm gonna
I
go back.
watch all that shit.
Right.
That's good shit, Max. But also at the same time, like, don't you think that we kind of like we show our favoritisms? Do we not?
Yeah, and I try
Okay.
harder than Perp does.
No,
Harder than
you
you do.
you are triggering me. You are triggering me.
I'm so fair to James Gunn, and people are crazy about it.
I'm talking about James Gunn. Fairness isn't like, oh, I treat this like fair. I'm talking about Zack Snyder himself. And
well, my point was going to be, look how mad everybody is. Here's my point. I'm trying to
being
find my
performative, guys. By the way,
here's
I
my
like,
point.
I like
Your
I
show
like
is really
sounding
killing
mad.
my work done around the house.
Like James Gunn gets
You
too
found
much
you
shit.
found my nose candy.
If
Vince.
you were a director, Max, would you try to find would you do the Kevin Smith role and try to find a slot for your friends to be in your movies or your family members? Would you try to give people a hookup?
I said if that was,
because James Gunn gets a lot of shit for it. Even Zachary,
an actress, I'd be putting her in everything too.
Yeah.
She's beautiful.
Okay, okay. First of all,
yeah,
but how come everybody goes in on James Gunn because he's gonna put his brother in the movie? Who gives a shit, man?
Because he goes online
Chris,
and he
they
says
have nothing else.
Says,
they have nothing.
No.
They have
he talks
nothing.
too much, and he says we're not going to have actors playing multiple roles.
He talks too
and
much.
then they call him.
Does Snyder talk too much?
Yes, the internet always calls you on your shit. Am I wrong, Chris?
What about when?
So they always say,
okay.
so wait a second, James Gunn. I thought you said actors were going to play multiple roles. Well, this doesn't really count because it's not. There's voice acting. He's a weasel.
I think he probably meant lead roles, Max. I think he probably meant lead roles.
I know, but why even have these stupid shit arguments online? It's just stupid.
Oh my God, Bruce, get in here.
Yeah.
Right? Christopher might be able to comment. All I'm saying is, if I was a director and I had that kind of clout and you guys had even a modicum of acting credibility, I would try to put you in my movie somehow, a cameo, something. So everybody acts like they wouldn't hook their friends up. James Gunn's such
it's not even about hooking them up.
Hooking up his homies.
If you're not casting him, you're casting a liability. Every person you
okay.
is a liability.
Don't think for a second I wouldn't put my brother in a movie.
What about this? What about this?
I hope you're like flashing the camera.
Wait, why isn't? No.
What about this? And he has a coat. Opens it.
You could find an article on Zack Snyder to fit your narrative wherever you want.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is, and then he did an interview.
Yeah.
And then he did an interview.
Never say never. Yes.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah. And people put their spin on it both directions.
I will never say never.
What's my spin? Like, what do you think my spin is? Because you said you're more objective than I am.
On each side.
You said you're more objective than I am. What's my spin on this? Like, what am I saying?
You're not even admitting there's a possibility that critics really just do.
I'm not
really
running.
Don't like the man.
It is possible, but not to the degree that you are.
I am.
Agree that
here's what I'm going.
You're not even admitting it's a possibility. You act like I'm in QAnon.
Okay, that's wow.
When I said there's a possibility that it's this bad. But I don't believe it right now.
No, you didn't say it's possible. You believe
I said
it's happening.
Possible.
You said it's happening. You believe it's happening.
But I also have followed the whole history of how
you said it's happening. Yes or no?
In what?
You said that this is what's happening. I believe this is what happening. I believe critics. It's not that it's possible.
There's a lot there. Critics don't like being called shill all the time. Don't like being
But you're being unfair then by saying you just don't think it's possible. That's not what I'm fighting.
Zach went directly to the fans. He gives exclusives to the fans. They also don't. There's a strong bias. Remove Zach from the equation. There's a strong bias against Zach or against streaming content that doesn't go major theatrical release.
90% of the time, the critics are full of shit anyway because the audience score is always different. No, they are.
Okay, Max, what did you think of Red Notice? What did you think of Red Notice?
I thought it was okay.
Yeah, it was fun. It was a.
What did you think of Six Underground?
I had a blast with Six Underground, but that's just me. I like bad movies. That opening scene with the car chase is phenomenal.
Gray Man. Like, think of these movies. Like, you really think they have critics have a bias against Netflix? Not that these movies might be to them a little bit mediocre.
Oh, there's a lot of critics out there, Anthony. That every director has a certain amount of critics that just don't like. I mean, look,
no one likes P.W. Anderson movies.
Yeah, or that Paul Verhoeven guy. Remember, they used to not like him. Now they love him.
I think in the fan community, Zach is like the Trump. Like he uses his mob.
No.
There's a lot of narrative going that way. Yes. No. I've heard so many people on streams say this.
I don't like that I don't like that he speaks in riddlers. I don't like that he has.
I said that too, Chris.
I don't like that he speaks in riddles all the time.
I said that last time when the full circle that was too confusing to the fans. They thought there was going to be.
Well, how about the turkey?
You're also let's be as fair as possible. The
turkey,
comparison,
I really think there was
the comparison to
on
Trump was on the fan base.
It fell through.
The comparisons about Trump.
Can
were
we
about
move on
fan
from
bases.
politics on this show?
There's no politics involved. He's saying that
I'm saying
the way
the fan
people,
version.
the way
of
people will
Trump, like,
find,
going against them like Trump.
yeah, the
No,
way
no,
people
no, no.
will
They don't
find.
compare Zack Snyder to Trump. They don't compare Zack Snyder to Trump. They're comparing
Yes,
the
they
fan
do.
base to Trump's fan base. Find me where's Trump and not the fan base.
Ask
it.
Joe.
Oh wait, I didn't know
I
that.
know.
Wait, I'm
Joe
lost.
I was
just
there
like
when Joe
Trump.
was talking about the fan base.
No,
I
no,
thought you
no.
were talking about
Yes.
something else. I
No,
thought
he's-
you meant that like the way people will find anything to say about Trump, they'll find anything to say
Nope.
about Zack
For
Snyder.
the weaponized Zach weaponizes that influenced a lot of people, and
They're
they
talking
just
about the
believe it.
fan base.
No,
I'll
it's not just
I'll
the
say
fan
this
base.
right now. I
Okay, well,
disagree
maybe
My
100%.
words, I'm answering
Maybe-
your question. Not just the fan base. They think of Zach in that manner that he sends his. They said he sent Ray Fisher. That he
You are
manipulated Ray Fisher.
conflating all this.
I'm not
with
conflating
critics.
that. This
Yes.
is literally arguments I've had on my streams.
No, but you're putting this to critics. That's not critics saying that. Do you understand? That's not critics doing that. The critics are reviewing the movie.
Well, you're in the industry, okay? Now there's critics, and then there's critics. You're
And then
Roger,
there's commentary.
you're
and then there's
Roger
Coopers,
Eberts and
then
all
there's
that.
Hollywood. There's
Grace
Hollywood
Randolph
tabloid
and
writers.
John Campia are not fucking critics, okay?
No.
They're not. They have no
No.
credibility. The Roger Eberts, the Ropers of the world, they've been doing it their whole life. Those guys I will trust. Not some dude who has some internet page that has a few thousand people and he calls it an online magazine. I'm not going to believe that shit because those people are biased too.
Yeah. So CGH, you should change the image to Snyder cultists copes about Rotten Tomatoes score, and then have me like crying in the.
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
man. At least you get a movie back. I don't even get
This stream will
Batgirl. I don't
blow
get to
up
even
because
fight about the
people
Rotten
Zach
are
Tomatoes.
said,
coping.
fuck it, use
Do
me
you
as
imagine if
clickbait."
Batgirl came out and came out
Absolutely.
14%? If Batgirl
Have
came out
have
and
the
it's
tears like
14%,
coming
how it
down my.
would've been?
What is Senior Nerd doing?
He's playing
Mind your
Xbox.
business.
Oh, you can actually hear him now.
All right, I'm down for that.
I should have known better.
Oh, I
than
was yelling
be the
too much.
friend. I don't think you
Oh,
yelling.
I'm fine. I'm
I
fine.
just don't believe it's a conspiracy theory.
Uh-oh, Max is in trouble.
It's,
No,
it's
I'm
just
not.
it,
Dude,
it
I'm
boggles
fine.
my
It's
mind that
earlier
it's
today.
only for Zack Snyder. Like
Max is
Oh,
not in
not
trouble.
only
Is
that,
it?
there's other people. There's other people. Michael Bay doesn't get a fair shot, but
No,
I
but
do
you don't
No.
like Michael
I
Bay
do
movies,
feel
so
like
you
Michael Bay
understand.
phones it in more than Zach, though.
Okay, but you don't like Michael Bay, so you see their perspective for that.
No,
one.
I like some Michael Bay.
Which ones that critics didn't?
I like The Island.
Critics
I
didn't
have
like
to
that one?
revisit
All the
Bad
Bad Boy movies were
The
great.
first Transformers.
The
is
first
amazing.
Transformers was really fun.
I think that got good
Amazing.
reviews. That got good reviews.
Some of his recent. I haven't seen did he do Ambulance movie or
Yeah,
something?
he did.
Yeah,
I
and
didn't check
that
that
was
out yet.
fun. A
didn't check that out.
little bloated, but fun. Didn't Michael Bay do some shit with
A little-
Bruckheimer back in the day? Those
Yeah.
were all good.
Oh yeah,
Those
that's
were
the
all
Rock.
great movies.
Did he do what movies did he do back? Did he do The Rock or?
Yeah, he did the Rock,
The
Bad
Rock.
Boys,
Rock, I think
Armageddon,
he did. I think
The
he had
classic
I-
Pearl
I-
Harbor.
Armageddon.
Pearl Harbor.
Pearl
where I
Harbor,
lo-
Japan,
where I-
formed a love triangle.
Where I lost respect for him a little bit is the Transformers movies as they gone on. It really seems like he was just doing whatever.
I've seen you go on
Yeah.
rants on how much you hate Michael Bay movies, how he can't do action, all this stuff.
No, the
I've seen
recent
those.
Transformers movies look like he actually reused scenes from The Island. He's like, all right, just put a Transformer in the scene. It doesn't look like he was filming.
I
for
guarantee
the
you,
scene.
if
It
Snyder,
feels like he just put some random shit and like put some CGI Transformers in it.
I agree.
I
Senior
guarantee
Nerd.
you, if Snyder
Once those
does,
Transformer movies started hitting billions, it was just about a paycheck.
What?
For real.
hell
Yeah.
yeah, it's
Not
about a
close.
paycheck and practical explosions.
knows? The
baby.
oven
Let's
messed
blow
up.
some shit
But
up.
to say Michael Bay can't do action, that's fucking crazy.
Okay,
Go
we'll
watch
put
any
that
Bad
on.
Boy
I'll put
movie.
the timer back
Those
on.
car
Amazing.
chases
He's
are
those car chases
phenomenal.
are Bad Boys 2 to this day is my favorite car chase of all time. That highway thing with the truck.
How did you sink a boat?
So Senior
Yeah,
Nerd's
that was
bored.
amazing. That was spectacular.
He just
Um,
did the goal
What was I going to
sign.
say?
What did you-
Oh, do you think I guarantee you, I will bet money that if Snyder ever gets to do that Gears of War movie or a Spawn movie,
That would be
it would
freaking
get
amazing.
great reviews. I promise. I guarantee you.
Listen, I don't want anybody else to
Because
touch
he needs the
Gears,
right
but
material. He's got to
listen,
stop writing.
I don't
unfortunately.
want any. If we can't get. No, I don't want anybody else. I don't. Zack Snyder is the first person that popped to my mind when they said they might do a Gears of War live action.
Yeah,
I don't
he
want
would-
anybody else to
It would
touch.
get great reviews.
I
and it's
don't want it
perfect
to
for him.
be artistic. I want it to be action and emotional. That's what I want from Gears.
No, and have this dark tone throughout, like this dark, like dread tone. I think Snyder's really good with that, and I think it'll be perfect.
Oh,
and
dark,
critics will respond to
dark
that.
subject material. Absolutely dark subject material. He's great. Just like
And
what did Max
guaranteed
said
there's no
something the other
bias.
day? Max, see, you said something the other day that I agreed with so much about how you're right. There has been more than one Superman. There has been more than one Batman. There is already a built-in stigma
They have
to anything
unrealistic
DC.
expectations.
Yes,
Yeah.
because people are going to have unreal expectations. We only have one Tony Stark. We only have one
At
Captain
least in
America.
movies, yeah.
You know what I mean? So when you said that, I was like, holy shit, Max dropping odd pearls. That made a ton of sense to me.
And then the studios don't see that. Like, it's hard. You have a built-in fan base for each version of the character, and it's not going to be as fresh. Of course, Batman usually does good, but it has to be a really good Batman movie. If they release an average Batman movie, it's still, it's still going to way underperform.
You can only go so far on the actual IP itself, being Batman, Superman, blah blah blah, and then you're going to have people that have their favorite. Like Christian Bale will always be my favorite. I know, even over Michael Keaton. But I'm not going to shit on the other Batmans. But I will admit that
That Batman has such great character.
there is already a built-in war when it comes to DC films. When it comes to, well, Christopher Reeve is my guy. Well, I mean, look what poor Henry. I grew up with Christopher Reeve. You want to know who my Superman is? Henry fucking Cavill.
Yeah, he
was
good.
He was the first Superman to ever make me humanize that character and feel for him. Like was Henry Cavill. So I get it. There's a built-in, and you're gonna have your biases in everything, whether it's DC, whether it's anything Zach's doing on his own, whether it's a Michael Bay movie. Kevin Smith gets a ton of hate.
Yeah. His fans are biased.
There's a huge bias towards Ryan Johnson. They give praise to him, everything he does. It's just disgusting.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do. Knives. It's subjective, but Glass Onion was horrendous.
Not only is it subjective, Glass Onion was nominated for best screenplay, dude. Like,
it was.
So I'm gonna say I'm the only one that liked Glass Onion.
It's bad. Like,
I like the first Knives Out, but Glass Onion was just.
Knives Out was better, but I had a lot of fun with Glass Onion. That was a fun movie.
Yeah,
man.
all my whole family hated
you
that.
feel about Glass Onion
it.
is how everyone feels about Snyder stuff.
Yeah,
it's just like, okay, all right, yeah, sure, okay. It's
no,
well, the way Daniel Craig was acting and the girl and sneaking around the house and dude, Ed Norton as the villain, dude, it was brilliant. I love that movie. See, I like bad movies though. I do. I like bad movies.
The amount of praise that movie got, they got a soft spot for Ryan. They do. The critics love Ryan Johnson.
What do you?
You know what I want? I want Ryan Johnson's director's
cut. The critics, like his peers, like his movies.
No, it's out there.
He has with the media.
Release the Johnson cut.
Last
Jedi. Release the Johnson cut. Release the Ryan Johnson cut. I want to see the Last Jedi version. I want to see what. I couldn't get it out. I tried so hard.
I need to get back to.
Critics hated Monster Hunter.
I didn't see it, but I'll tell you
that
what.
Was pretty bad.
She's in a lot of bad movies, but you know why I always give her a watch, or I'll go see her in the theater, because Mila Jovovich at one time was one of the hardest working actresses in the world. She does all her own stunts. She was the Angelina Jolie before Angelina Jolie. I hope you guys know that.
Yeah, I give her props. I used to not like her a lot, but she's been in so many action movies. And
Mila works her ass off.
Her stuff. Yeah.
She works her ass off.
Yeah.
Some of those fuck the
her and Kate Beckinsale. I like Kate Beckinsale now.
I like Kate too, Underworld. But like Mila, some of those Resident Evil movies were so bad, but I still gave them my money. I gave them my money because they're fun, campy, full of shit.
Yeah.
They're really dumb and they're stupid and they don't care. And they don't give a shit. And that's what I love.
Cannot wait for dude, when I saw the Beverly Hills Cop teaser, I got so excited. That last scene when you see Judge Reinhold and what's his face in the car with him together, that was enough to go, oh, member berries, I'm in.
Yeah, the trailer was actually action packed. I was like,
yeah, and it looks good. And by the way, you know why I'm gonna go see it? Because it's Eddie fucking Murphy. That's why I'm going to go see it or watch it on Netflix. It's Eddie Murphy. in one of his older roles. I'm tired of his like Disney straight to DVD shit. I don't like that shit, man. I never was a big. What's that movie where he's the fat guy, the Nutty Professor? I didn't really care for those. I didn't like the.
That was in his prime too. That was his.
Yeah, I don't like those. I'll tell you one I love that everybody hates, the one with him and De Niro. Showtime. I love Showtime.
I haven't seen
And
that one.
I
I didn't even know that existed.
It's so fun. Eddie Murphy and Robert De Niro. How are you not gonna fucking watch that?
I gotta get him VHS.
Do you
That's
think the
another
critics?
thing that
Do you think the
blows my
critics
mind.
have a
I was
bias?
in a bad mood too because I was trying to see if my record player in the cellar still worked. It has a cassette deck and a CD player. Nothing was working, and it ate one of my tapes. It only ate a blank though. I tried a blank.
I don't understand the VHS thing. And when you were showing that video where there was one behind glass for $50, another for 20, and things, I have a garage and an attic filled with VHS tapes that I've been trying to get rid of for years. I just don't want to throw them away. You guys don't even know. Behind me on my wall right now, I've got the original Star Wars trilogy on
Better
VHS.
make the video of that. I want to see what tapes you got.
Yeah, dude, I have so many. I have so many, guys.
still have them?
Many. Oh my
Why
God!
doesn't he
the whole attic-
debut it on your show? Max,
I'm
why don't you let
gonna-
him debut it on
I
your
actually
show?
found a Pulp Fiction.
Max,
extra
let him
Pulp
debut.
Fiction
Let him show it on your show.
The attic is full,
He'll
and
show-
the
he'll do pickup.
garage is full, and not recorded shit. I'm talking about. I got everything from the original Zorro to like, man, I got the original Star Wars
Did you
trilogy.
even watch the last Tape Hunters where I found like Jackie Brown and I found what's that Oliver Stone Natural Born Killers director's
Natural Born
cut?
Killers.
I love that movie.
Did you see that tape? Did you see my vid? Perp? No.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. I've seen all your tape hunters,
Well,
every
do,
single
do-
one.
do you have Pulp Fiction on VHS? Because I picked up an extra copy for you.
Oh,
I'm like,
no,
oh, this I'll put this with a pal.
Motherfucker.
I was gonna send you money for that.
Panic, all those double ones where you got to put tapes in there. I got all that shit. Fun fact: Natural Born Killers. I'm not in the movie, but I was in that prison while they were filming it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he told that story in my
Oh,
one of
wait,
his streams.
what?
It was great.
wait a second. Oh, okay, I get it now. Okay.
Yeah, I was there when they were filming it. It was crazy. Never
was a
got
great
to
story,
see
by the way.
Robert Downey Jr. or Woody, but I did get to see.
There's some movies that I want to challenge myself on the review. Like that's one I never really liked, but I know it's well respected.
I never liked it
I
either.
know-
No, I think it's dog shit.
Natural Born Killers?
I
Yeah,
wanna
I
I
think
watch
Natural
love
Born
that
review it.
movie. Oh my god,
I didn't
love
hate
that
it or
movie.
anything. I just was like, I wasn't
I-
feeling it when I
I
watched
think
think
it's
it's
one of
dog
Oliver
shit.
Stone's best. That and
No.
JFK.
Oliver Stone's best, really.
And it's director's
JFK
cut, so
and
that might be
Platoon and that
more
one.
like aggressive violence and stuff.
Platoon, The Doors. Those are Oliver Stone's best.
JFK,
And
bro,
that-
come on.
JFK I've never seen,
What was that
but
one?
I
with
did
Dustin
not like.
Hoffman I
So good.
texted you about. That's the another one I want to try to. You said John Woo. It inspired John Woo.
Yes, Straw Dogs is
Straw
a
Dogs.
wonderful, wonderful movie.
Were
It
you
is
talking
great.
about it on the stream before? Someone was talking about it that got in my head. I was like, I think someone said something.
Yeah,
about
me.
something.
I was talking about
Yeah.
Straw Dogs. Yeah,
Oh, the original Straw Dogs, not
yeah,
the
with
remake.
Dustin Hoffman.
Yeah,
the
yeah,
Dustin
yeah.
This is
Hoffman
the
one, yeah.
this is the unrated cut.
I
too,
know it's
found.
amazing, dude. The third act is so bonkers.
I
fun,
have a
and
lot of trouble
crazy.
watching movies like Straw Dogs, Last House on the Left, and stuff like that because I have a problem with watching women being violated. It gives me bad dreams.
Yeah.
Like, no joke.
This one
Oh,
is
that's in there?
especially
Oh.
yeah, and it's especially creepy. But dude, if you go through it, you see Dustin Hoffman's arc is like one of the most badass things.
But the revenge is great. Yeah, I love.
Oh
a
my
good revenge
god,
story.
I loved it. I love the
But-
third act of that.
But I do have problem like I remember.
No, I don't like that either.
yeah, I
Just
can't
put
handle
forward.
it.
Just put forward, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
fast
get to the
forward.
third act. Just get to
Like
the third
like
act.
I
Trust me.
spit on your grave. I was clenching so tight.
No,
Yeah,
I
was
can't
clenching
that
my
one's
fist
brutal.
so tight.
That's
Yeah,
too far for me. I know
Like,
about that's infamous.
I can't
watch
watch
shit
shit like
VHS
that.
You
cut.
see
I'm
the
like
remake?
that.
People were fainting in the remake in festivals and stuff. Like it was being like
No, I
Well,
can't
promoted
watch
that way,
that
yeah.
violent. Yeah.
when they cut the guy's wee off.
Oh.
I have a lot of trouble watching stuff like that. Anything with that or kids, I just can't watch.
Yeah.
You know, it just fucks with me.
They don't do that in movies.
Don't watch
They
Silent
kind
Night.
of they kind of stray away from that now.
Even in exposition, like certain
John Woo
for
loves
real,
killing kids in movies. What's up with that?
eh, like episodes of Criminal Minds where they'll just talk about what the guy did to the kid. I can't watch that shit. It fucks me up. I'll have nightmares.
Do you
When
have
you're a dad-
do you have music cassette tapes?
Me? Yes, I do. Yeah.
They're some of them are coming.
I have a little. I have
higher-
little
they-
suitcases.
They have
Max.
they have higher value
this is our
than
best show, man.
CDs
Congrats, we did it.
or vinyl now. Some of these.
I have CDs. I have my
TGH, we
dad's
did
old
it.
record collection,
We have a
and
good
I have
show.
a ton of tapes. Back in the day, they used to make these little suitcases you would carry in your car, and they
Oh, I
would
have 'em,
hold.
yeah.
They would hold cassette tapes. I've
Yeah,
got
I
some of
have
those filled with old Iron Maiden, Metallica, Slayer, just all my old school shit.
Let him debut in your show, Max.
Well,
Invite him in
I've
for
been
an
wanting
episode,
Slayer,
and he shows all his VHS.
I've been getting,
Chris, would
I've
you
been
do
getting
that?
into new music because of my cassette
Chris,
tape.
would you show your VHSs on Max's channel?
I mean,
Did
yeah,
you go
I'll
get
dig
'em?
them out. I'll dig them out and show my stuff eventually.
I
It'd take a couple days to dig all that stuff out to find the best stuff.
How many
Metallica and
VHSs would you say
Slayer?
you own?
Oh,
Can you
man.
give
Oh, I don't know, man.
give
Honestly,
estimate?
1,000.
No way. 1,000
I'm not kidding.
VHSs. No.
I
don't
know that.
believe you.
I know that the attic, when we counted them and put them in the totes, we had to buy new totes, and we were up to 400. We were up to 400 just in the attic.
VHSs, Max, and
Yeah.
these aren't record.
And
these
they're
aren't
super
recorded
heavy, man. And
record-
and a lot of
recorded
it's like
videos.
a lot of it's not stuff that you got from Blockbuster when they were going out of business. This is shit we went into the stores and bought.
Yeah.
We need
Because
to
my
have it.
my
We
my
need to
mom
have
and
a
dad
stream, dude.
my mom and dad just always wanted their. My mom and dad loved physical media. You know, they still do. They still
I'll
do.
buy some from you, bro. I'll buy a bulk.
You know what it's like when I'm going through my dad's albums and I see that, oh my God, this is a Beatle album that you actually bought in the 70s and you've had it since then?
Yeah.
Or Endless Summer by the Beach Boys. Do you know how many times I listened to that record when I was a kid, the double Beach Boys album? And people are like, Beach Boys, what the fuck? Dude, I love the Beach Boys. Like that's just what I grew up on. Journey, REO Speedwagon, Kansas, all that old classic rock stuff. Bob Seger. My dad has walls of that shit in milk cartons, or milk, the milk crates, just that he turned into shelves. He built those into shelves, and I had to pack all that stuff. It's just whenever I watch that movie with John Cusack called
High Fidelity.
High Fidelity, I think about my pop. The way he would always sit through and go through his vinyl and autobiographical, alphabetical. Remember the scene where he's like, I'm going to sort all my albums a different way. My dad would do that all the time.
Dude, that's when John Cusack had such a run, man. The High Fidelity is such a good movie.
Yeah, I really enjoy that, man.
I think that was Jack Black's like big intro. I know he was in movies prior, but I think High Fidelity is the one that is like, hey, who's this Jack Black guy?
High Fidelity is the one where you went, oh wow, this guy can sing.
Yeah.
Because he did that Marvin Gaye song.
This is the thumbnail.
No, put Max's face on there. Put the Dr. Doom mask on there.
Another sack. We put way too much emphasis on this guy. I swear, it's crazy. Poor Zach, man. He seems like such a nice, humble guy too.
He is a nice guy. I've literally got
He seems
to
so
talk to
great,
him.
soft-spoken. He's always smiling with fans.
They
As Matt said, he is fantastic with fans.
No,
denying that.
I've actually been on panels and talked to him, not once but twice, because of Enosh, along with Ray Porter.
He seems like such a nice guy. Yeah.
Dude, he is a nice guy.
Yeah.
But he's also a vault. He's a steel trap. You're never gonna get a straight answer out of Zach. You're not. He's gonna fuck with you. I think he gets off on it.
No, I think he gets flustered. He doesn't. I think he doesn't know how to handle it.
He's still in his heart.
I think he's so nice. I think he's so nice. He doesn't know how to handle toxicity. Honestly,
Maybe. Well, another thing, Perp, isn't it true in Hollywood? You never close the door until you absolutely have to. Always leave that door open.
Yeah, I worry about that now too. You can't even talk shit about other movies and stuff. So sometimes I worry. It's like, man, should I say that about that movie if I don't like it? Like, you kind of have to.
He didn't just give a one-word answer when they said, "Would you do it if Netflix got it?" He's like. He said, absolutely, no question. He said 3 things that confirmed. Yes.
Well, at least he answered and didn't like text a picture of like a roasted duck or something, like.
Listen, the turkey.
Yeah, he's learning his lessons.
There was something there. It was literally not just the turkey. There was Final Crisis.
Comic books.
You know what's sad, Chris? You know what's sad? If Zach said no, it's just the turkey, he still wouldn't believe him.
Let me finish. At that time is when he was speaking with Paul Abdi and Mike DeLuca, and they confirmed the trades reported later they were going to have one more final go, but then it fell through again. So they were building the building blocks to try again, and then when Cavill was out and they did that and they got James Gunn, is like, nah, we're not doing this again. So I do think if they were going to use Zach, they wanted to use him to start hinting at stuff, and that they were going to do one final run. And I honestly,
what article said this?
honestly believe that Pam Abdi and Mike DeLuca before James Gunn took over, that they were going to do another one. They
It
were going
wasn't
to
just
do
an
another.
article.
They were to get
There
it
was a-
one more shot.
Yeah, there was an interview
So
too.
that was the
actual interview.
exact same time. And why do you think he thanked them so much when the Full Circle event? I think that was the last remnant of them working together. Okay, yes, we're not gonna do another thing, Zach, but you could still do your Full Circle event. And they still
Okay.
let him do that. You know. So during that time frame, they were talking.
Yeah.
And I don't think it was just the turkey.
I fucking
It
love
was
that
not
shit.
just a turkey. I do feel like they were working toward doing one final thing. They were bringing Cavill back. They let him be in Black
Oh,
Adam, and then it did not perform to what they wanted. They pulled the plug. So I do think they were letting him tease, and I don't think it was just nothing.
I
Now-
will be honest, with the exception of
on.
what,
I
with
don't
the
know.
exception of what's his name that made the piano. What's that guy's name?
They made the piano.
Look what Zandy
Polanski.
says. He has no
Polanski.
reason to.
Okay.
He calls me on my shit all the time.
With the exception of Polanski, I have not, in my years of watching cinema, I have not seen more controversy around any other director except maybe Polanski. Like for real.
Brett Ratner,
Okay, two. Zach and Brett. Okay, yeah.
Brian
Fuck you,
Singer,
Brett Ratner.
Okay.
Brian
No,
Singer,
don't think you're doing that. You're doing the X-Men thing. Shut up, perp.
Brian Singer,
There's Anthony Beltray.
Victor Salva.
Oh,
Senior nerd got that one.
Oh wait,
I
Victor
gotta
Sal-
keep
is
going,
that the
everyone.
guy from
Wait, that-
Jeepers Creepers guy.
Jeepers
Jeepers
Creepers?
Creepers,
Yeah.
motherfucker.
Ooh, that's not exactly a controversy. That's
Herb
more like
dragged me in here with his horrible takes. I had to get on.
What horrible takes?
They
Is
were
that
not
critics aren't
horrible.
biased? That critics aren't biased?
Just say it's not. Say
That
it's
you
not.
are?
It's just say. My scenario is
I think
just
I
not
demonstrated
possible at all.
You're
The critics
biased,
are just.
not critics.
It's all organic.
Give me a critic that's
It's all
biased.
organic. The critics do not let their bias take over with the reviewing. It's just
Well,
not.
they're
possible.
critics. Of course, there's always going to be a little bias. They have such great
Nah.
taste. That's why they're critics to
All
begin
right.
with.
Well, we're retreading. That's what brought me on here. I'm sorry. I got to go.
What's a critic
but
to you?
There's
if you
different
stay in
versions
Grace
of it.
Randolph, I'm gonna smack you.
No. There's different.
Senior
There's different
YouTuber.
levels of
YouTuber.
critics.
That's
Grace
a YouTuber.
Randolph is actually a certified Rotten Tomatoes critic.
Okay, fair
Senior
enough.
nerd.
Fair enough.
Yes, yes.
Fair enough.
So she
Anybody
does.
who buys a ticket to the movie can be a certified
Adam
critic.
does movies. I think he was. I thought it was impossible people could dislike Godzilla -1, but
Yeah,
his
Adam
campers-
does movies. Did not like Godzilla.
No, but I
-1.
think
That
he was also
weird.
trying to get attention.
Trolling.
think-
Yeah, shock value.
Can
Geeks
people
and
just
Gamers
have
Because
different
he
bullshit.
did
opinions from
so
you guys?
much
Look at you.
content afterwards that people can't handle his opinion. I'm like, oh,
Well, can I
come
just
on.
say
He's doing the
Brucifer?
YouTube thing.
Brucifer thought that Godzilla -1 was a little overhyped.
I know.
Not enough
I'm
Godzilla.
I'm
Some
still
people
trying
have
to come to
different
terms with
opinions.
it. I did not believe Brucifer when we were waiting after the movie when he was here. I was like, I can't believe. I think you're trolling me. There's no way you didn't like that. He didn't like it. I'm like,
Yeah.
shocked.
It
Some
wasn't
people
a
don't
bit.
like it.
It wasn't
I don't
a
like
bit.
it. People do the same thing when I say I didn't like the Planet.
He
of the Apes
really didn't
movies,
like it.
those
Yeah,
new
I'm
ones.
like that. I'm like that though. I get it.
Everyone
I mean,
has
was
like that
so
thing. It just doesn't hit
good.
them.
I haven't seen it yet, but I can't wait. I'm
Godzilla
gonna.
I can-
-1
My
is
point is,
so
I don't
good.
think critics are biased, and I could see what critics are saying a lot of the times when I'm reading reviews on
To
Zack
this
Snyder.
extent,
Narrative
they're
isn't
treating
his
this like it's
strength, man.
Catwoman or Elektra. There's no way it's this bad. There's no. I mean, it's possible.
No, but
It's
you,
possible.
here's the
There's no
thing:
way.
you keep saying
The
because
amount
24.
of critics, the amount of
Oh,
critics
Max.
that dislike this.
Okay, but also how many
Jack,
actual
it could be
critics?
24% of critics just saying, not for me.
Right, but
That's it, not
24%
Catwoman.
of
It's not
what?
Catwoman.
Yeah, but also I want you guys to take in the fact that at the time there was like maybe 30 reviews. So 24% of like 30 people ain't shit. That's like 5 people.
Yeah, it's probably, what if it ends in the
6
56?
people. You know what I
Then you're gonna
mean?
be like, still bias. It's like
No.
radio.
Then I will. We'll see what happens when other reviews come in. How many reviews are there now? Let me see.
Honestly, I think there's a narrative in
23.
Netflix just
How many?
weaponizing these
23?
Snyder guys again
43.
with this director's cut stuff and the war
43.
against critics and all this
Coming
stuff.
out next week.
Y'all being played.
I don't know. That's now
My-
you sound like a conspiracy theorist.
It's the same. I have the same amount of like I could do all the points of like how
I'm
Netflix
gonna do a hot take. on you
released
later.
the
I gotta
marketing
go.
of Army of the Dead as the this is.
I'll be right back. I gotta pee. Max,
This is
be
the
good.
after show. This is the before show.
I like
This
I
is
like
before
when I
the
actually
after
get it.
show.
I like when I actually get a
Well,
chance
actually,
to
the
do
after
it.
show
Max.
This
Before
is the
what?
after
After
before
what?
show.
The after show
what?
started 4 minutes ago.
Before what?
before the real show. You
What's
were
the
the
real
show.
show?
You, Max, you were the
I'm the
show.
real
They
show.
tricked you. They
I don't
tricked you
even
into
know what
coming
it's
in here.
for anymore.
They baited you. They baited you. You're that mouse in the little maze looking for the cheese. They got you.
Anthony, think about this. They did that to get this. Netflix knows about the Snyder
damage.
people. They know about all that. They're using this PG-13 cut to get
Wait,
you
who left?
this. And when the critics don't like it,
Oh,
because
no one left. Senior Nerd just changed his after.
And then the exact same thing that happened with BVS is going to happen with this. Where it's like, no,
Yeah,
now the Ultimate Cut is the real good movie. Now all you critics have to see that one now.
But that's true. It really is. The Ultimate Cut is what I didn't like BVS until I saw the Ultimate Cut. Then I was like, this is great. I just don't like
banking on.
I
They're
just don't like
Jesse
Jesse Eisenberg. I just don't like him. I don't like the dude.
They're weaponizing you guys again.
They're weaponing
And my conspiracy theory holds more weight, I think, than the other one.
Hold on. How did I get pulled onto this crazy bus ride? I'm objective as fuck.
I'm saying the marketing for this. I think I could create a narrative that this marketing is that Netflix is using Snyder people to purposefully start a war against critics, because we all know. Because again, this is what Max said too.
Wait,
critics
what?
have a thing against Netflix, right?
Well, Degrassi's right. They should drop. I want the whole. I don't want to watch 4 different cuts of a movie
that's not what happened
to
with
see the
BVS.
whole story. I don't want that.
They want you guys blindly, like Max is doing so far, playing ball.
Why would you
blindly.
drop both now when you could have an extra marketing
you're
thing
gonna
now the
piss-
director's cut right before the second?
Because you're
comes
gonna
out?
piss people off, and it's not fair, Max. Why do I gotta watch 3 different cuts of a movie to get the whole
You
story?
don't have to. You get the whole story still.
No, that's not what I'm hearing. I'm hearing from the critics, I'm doing air quotes, that this movie's chopped up. It's just a bunch of moments smashed into one fucking narrative with no true. It's not on rails. It's not. You know what I mean? It's not cohesive enough.
Yeah,
and
if
that
this movie
means
got
somebody-
butchered up like BVS, can you see why critics don't like it, Max?
I still like the original BVS. I think
Okay, but you guys were saying no. Now this is the real cut. Now you guys.
No,
were
I didn't
accepting-
say that. The
Okay.
only time I said that is with the Zack Snyder's Justice League.
But you saw that narrative though, that BVS, the Ultimate Cut, is the real movie, and critics never got to see the real movie.
Right.
Right? Can you see that happening here?
That was
Can you see that happening here? Why critics don't like it?
I don't know. Like
they're not gonna.
when someone like Cameron does it.
The Snyder fans are not going to have that excuse for this narrative because, as far as we could tell, Zack got to do whatever he wanted here.
Well, that's what I mean, Max.
They
That's what I
micromanaged
mean.
him for BVS. They made him cut that stuff out.
Okay, so now you got the chance to do whatever you want. You got full artistic control. Okay, and you're still going to chop up this movie. Think about it.
Movies? Why is he doing
When
two
someone
movies?
like James Cameron does it, when
That's
someone like
brand. Why
James
wouldn't
Cameron
you, why
does
wouldn't
it,
you look for another Ultimate Cut when he's done
it's just
so
not
many? He
fair.
loves it.
Look, when
What do you
James
mean he
Cameron
loves
did it
it?
for Alien, listen, can I finish? When James Cameron did it for Aliens, and we like, oh look, there's 20 extra minutes. It didn't fuck with the story. But when you start chopping things up and making director's cuts that fuck with the story, people are going to get angry.
We'll have to. Well, this is a different situation because he finally, as far as I could tell, has carte blanche to do whatever he wants in the original cut and the director's cut. So I would assume that this regular cut should be legit too. You know, that he wasn't.
I hope, because it feels like a
there was different
subscription grab.
situations where he was under mandate. He didn't
We
want
can't
to-
even call it a money grab because it's Netflix. It's a hey, here, come by Netflix. Subscribe to Netflix.
I'm telling you, they want the fan base to fight for this
I
movie.
don't get it.
They want the fan base
You
to
are
fight for this movie.
conspiracy theory. They want the fan base to go after critics.
Yeah, if you're gonna go with that conspiracy, I'm going with this one. And I think mine has more merit.
Is manipulating the critics to bash on this because they want the
No.
fans to
They're
go-
manipulating you guys by releasing a lesser movie. They're releasing a lesser movie on purpose to rile you guys up and be like, look at the critics hating these movies.
Zach
Exactly
is
what you're
included
doing.
in that because Zach has carte blanche, so he's releasing a lesser movie to get people riled
Why
up.
would he release 2 cuts?
Because he always does.
No, he doesn't. He
Whether he-
releases the director's cut because because the studio
Since
interfered
Watchmen.
and he wants to do the director's cut. This is my original vision for BVS. The
Was
studio
there
changed it
director's
up.
cut from
So
Man
this time,
Steel?
he had carte blanche. Why is he doing 2 cuts?
Because that's part of his brand. That's what he likes to do. There's some directors that like
of
to
his
do
brand.
extended cuts. Ridley Scott, Peter Jackson, Zack Snyder.
No, those guys do cuts because the studio cut it up. He had carte blanche. All right. If
Watchmen-
Ridley Scott had carte blanche, the original Kingdom of Heaven would have released as the 3-hour
Yeah,
cut.
well, Zack Snyder, since Watchmen, has been consistently doing extended and director's cut.
Because he had to until now.
What about Man of
Not
Steel?
necessarily because
No?
he had to. BVS, he had to.
Not
That's the
Watchmen?
situation.
They didn't.
I-
There wasn't a mandate that it needed to be a certain time. Yes.
I don't.
The original was 4 hours with the animation with the pirate guy.
Had stories about the Watchmen production. After 300, they pretty much let him do what he wanted to
Well-
do, and they reined it back in BVS. So after Watchmen was a huge success, they let him do what he wanted with Watchmen, as far as I could tell.
Not a huge success.
And then for DC and BVS, they micromanaged the hell out of them. And then Justice League.
Yeah. Army of the. That's true, Anthony. Army of the Dead, Army of the Thieves. They didn't have director's cut. Neither did Man of Steel.
He says there's a Man of Steel cut. He just hasn't done it yet. He
Okay.
hasn't finished it. He has the director's cuts
Sure.
for Sucker Punch and Man of Steel.
Okay.
Yeah, Army of the Dead. I actually hope there is a director's cut because it's not 23% either, but it could have been better. Yeah. I don't agree with you, Perp. What did you call Army of the Dead?
I mean, I think that's Zack Snyder's worst movie easily.
Okay.
So I
would
thought
agree.
the critics were really charitable there. It's in the
I
60s,
don't-
guys. It's like 69%.
I'll actually somewhat agree with you. I don't think Zack Snyder's had a garbage movie yet, but
Yeah.
that's probably my least favorite. Yes, Army of the Dead.
And it's 69%, I think.
Army of the Dead.
That's pretty
Sucker
high,
Punch.
dude. So where's the bias there?
Things changed.
What things?
What do you mean?
I've told you what things changed. The fan base,
And they
the
got-
commentary and movie
What
talk
was that?
all
That
around
was
the
happening
internet
during,
after-
dude. The whole
lots
release
of
of
shit
Snyder.
went down
Dude,
after
they-
it was officially released. Lots of
if-
shit went down.
if critics heard about the Snyder Cut,
Oh my god, I
people-
gotta go. Bye.
I
love you, Max. I love you, Max.
What changed? What changed?
See what you
It's
did,
just-
CJH. You see what you did. CJH, you see what you did here.
That was fucking funny.
We had our best guest. We had our best guest, and CJH chased him off.
I am not the best guest.
Finally, I guess.
I was the best guess.
CJH.
Well, it is
That's
an hour
always-
later.
It's always Dial. Whenever Dial's on here and Crucifer, those are your best guests. That's my opinion.
Yeah, DL's great. I like Voltaire too. I like talking Voltaire about nerdy, pretentious.
There
movies.
you go, Dial.
Jesus Christ.
But Dial, see, that's what makes you an actual critic.
Everybody's
what
watching Perp's channel though.
You don't. Well, I
Well,
just
everyone
I
go
watch
to
'em
CJH
both.
because I'm not
your
always going to be
channel.
streaming. I'm going to be
I'm on
streaming.
your channel. I'm watching you.
Yes, please come to CGH's channel,
Oh,
guys.
nice.
I'm gonna when we do this from now on, I'm probably gonna just stream from CGH's channel. So it's very important. You want to get this movie hot takes. You want to get me screaming about things. come
I'll
to
tell you what,
CGH.
the Raptor was a
channel.
little upset. He came in hot today. That was funny.
I'm
I
not.
like that.
I mean, I don't like this.
He
bias
came in
against
here with the
critics, man.
symbiote.
I don't like this hate against critics. I think it's
Well,
even
no, nobody
hypocritical.
said, but nobody said that he was hating. I said he was full of shit because he
No,
was calling
there's
it a
this hating on
conspiracy.
critics. I think there's hating on critics going on out there, and I'm not
Well,
saying it's
fake
just Matt.
critics, the scoopers that say they're critics. If everybody had Dial's mindset,
And
that's a
the
critic.
hatred against Rotten Tomatoes specifically.
That's a
too.
critic that I would pay attention to.
And-
And Dial's
and-
not even a critic.
And
You
and
know
I
what I
get
mean?
annoyed too with everyone keeps saying how certain things aren't relevant, but they keep bringing it up just to say how they're not relevant. And that's just, you know how that is. That's annoying. It's annoying.
Yeah, that's true too, Vince. I'll give you that. That's a very accurate statement.
Yeah,
They're-
people not
they're-
enjoying the movie. And I could
know-
see I like Snyder. I like him a lot, but I could see the perspective that his movies aren't going to hit a lot of people. They're very cold movies as well. Kubrick had that problem too. Maybe later on in 20 years, people start saying,
Well,
okay,
it
now-
doesn't help
I
when
do think that-
normies.
yeah,
It doesn't help, Perp, when look normies that aren't
Mm-hmm.
involved in all this stuff. but then they turn on their YouTube channel or they watch this or that, or they get on Twitter to see how the movie's doing. And then normies see motherfuckers like Skywalker, the Jedi, Skywalker, the hand job, dressed like Superman, holding cartoony signs.
That's on
or going
Twitter.
to
They're
fake
not
red
saying
car-
that.
Yeah, but when people see that, they go, what the fuck is all this about? And then they start seeing Zach as part of that.
I think no. I don't think normies see Skywalker and then see Zach a part of that. No, they
But
see a guy
listen.
dressed the suit. They don't get the meme. They're not gonna get it. It's like okay, guy
Maybe
dressed
they
in-
won't. Maybe they won't get the meme. I don't know.
Yeah.
dude. I don't know.
Yeah. No, I just don't like this whole like Rotten Tomatoes always get shit on. Now award season is coming, and now like they're all getting shit on irrelevant. Do this. It's like, come on, this is cringe, guys. This is cringe. Like YouTube, like YouTubers and stuff. Like I feel like we have the opportunity, and I'll say we have the opportunity to be like the next big thing, but it's like we're just bitching and saying that by saying critics aren't real fans or they're irrelevant and all this stuff and blah blah blah. Come watch me. It's like no, that's not the way to do it. That's just not the way.
Well,
to
that
do
can't
it,
be
in my
helped,
opinion.
Perb. When you got mainstream media, it's a tiny ripple in the pond. But when you have YouTube, you're talking millions of opinions. That's a tidal wave. They're all
No,
going to clash.
But that's the problem, Chris. Is you guys all put mainstream media under one umbrella, and I could do the same thing for YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Like mainstream, I'm sure there's problems. Of course, there's problems with Rotten Tomatoes, of course. But we start putting them under one box. We start putting them that they're all this problem. Where now even someone like Max is confusing articles as critics, and maybe this scooper over here that's also a critic. If that person hated Snyder, like it all gets bunched up.
Yeah, they should not all be under the same umbrella because they're not the same.
Like
They're
even
not.
critics, even the Rotten Tomatoes critics shouldn't
If
be
you
put in
think
the
I
same
give,
umbrella.
if you think I give a single solitary fuck about what John Campea or Grace Randolph think about a movie, I'll watch them because they're entertaining, but they are not going to make up my mind for me. No critic should do that. You
No, I
always
don't
got to
think,
make
and
up
I
your
don't think,
own mind.
but critics could recommend something that you weren't interested in. I was not interested in Wonka until it started getting really good reviews. I didn't like the trailer, and I think that's where it is. I think there's a give or take. It's not a be all end all where you have to listen to all critics. It's not, or you have to ignore all critics. I think there's room for middle ground where it's like, you know what? These guys like this movie where I wasn't interested in. It sounds like it's going to be good. All right, I'll check it out. Which is what
But you know what? You're right about that. Because I had absolutely zero interest in Barbie or Talk to Me.
Yeah.
And then they started getting great reviews, and those are two of my favorite movies of this year. My favorite movie this year.
Barbie's another one for me too. I was
Without
like,
a
I
doubt.
can't believe a Barbie movie's getting phenomenal reviews. I got to see this.
Gran Turismo is my favorite movie of the year. In my opinion, that's the Top Gun Maverick of this year. But there are five really great movies that came out this year.
Gran Turismo is on Netflix now, so everyone.
Yeah, and people are actually enjoying it and seeing, like, wow, you know.
That's what I figured was going to happen. It's going to get a cult because I think Gran Turismo did get good reviews. It wasn't like the best, but for the most part, they were positive.
Well, people couldn't believe how good it was. They were like, "Wow, this really is good." There's emotional. It hits. You know.
That's why I think that IMAX is the future, and that every movie that comes out in theater is going to be an event film, and then regular movies can go on streaming.
Wow, that's, you know what? Every once in a while, see Perp. Every once in a while, CJH drops a fucking pearl, doesn't he?
I love CJH.
Every once in a while, you'll get like a really fucking profound, like, wow, he's right. I think there will be event films and regular films. I don't think Hollywood is dying. I think it's in a rut right now.
It's evolving.
I don't think streaming is the way. Streaming is part of the future, but it's not the whole future.
No, and streaming is going to do something different too.
Do you remember? I don't know how old you are. I really don't know how old any of you guys are, but you guys know I'm 49. Let me tell you something. As Degrassi, there used to, when you went into Blockbuster or Hollywood or Family Video when you were young, and you were so excited to see that new release aisle, you actually got excited, Perp. You would run up and grab the new Die Hard. Oh my God, Die Hard 2, holy shit.
Yeah.
Oh my God, dude. And you would be so fucking excited. And if it wasn't in, you would be so bummed out. You'd go digging through the.
I remember the VHS release of Jurassic Park was obviously a big deal.
That was a big deal.
When you saw that logo in the Blockbuster, you're like, holy shit. You
the
saw
big
that
poster coming
Oh.
December 22nd. You're like there that morning. I remember the first thing I did. I was pretty new from coming home from my first bit. You know, a bit's when you
65 was good. Oh,
and I remember seeing Pulp Fiction in the window and I was so excited. And everybody around the neighborhood, it was word of mouth. We didn't have social media. We didn't have texting. People, you would just be in a crowd in the mall and be like, "Man, have you seen that Pulp Fiction movie yet?" Or they'd be like, "Holy shit, man, have you seen that Bad Boys movie yet?" Because Pulp Fiction and Bad Boys came out at almost the exact same time.
Yeah.
And I remember renting both of those, and it was like one of the most fun nights ever. And I just remember being so excited to watch Pulp Fiction because I had liked Reservoir Dogs and True Romance so much. See,
Yeah.
True Romance is the one that made me go, "Wow, this Tarantino guy's for real," you know. And then that made me watch Reservoir. So I remember we would go in there and we'd be excited. So that's what kids are doing today. They get excited over IMAX. I understand why things get shot for. It doesn't have to be Avatar: The Way of Water. You know what I mean? Like, what's this new one that's getting ready to come out? I was talking to Maddie about it, and me and Maddie were like, "Why is it going to IMAX? Civil War. Why would they shoot that for IMAX? That's kind of a niche film, isn't it? Like, that's not something a lot of people are going to go see. I don't think anyway, even though it's A24.
Yeah, it might be good. I think this is A24 trying to get into that action blockbuster.
It's gotta be because I've never A24's never.
I mean,
shot
it's a very interesting director. Alex Garland is awesome. I loved all his movies so far. So,
and I like seeing Reese back. I like to see Reese. I like that she's back, or not Reese, Kirsten. I like seeing
75 million. Is that the budget? What Anthony's saying there? Is that the budget for Civil War?
Yeah, 75 million.
Damn. Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, that's gonna be a good one. I think Alex Garland's amazing. I've loved all his work. And actually, Annihilation, I think, is my least favorite of his, and I thought it was pretty damn good too.
I think it's gonna be a good movie, and I think it just looks good.
He's
and
setting something up. He's a very smart guy. It's not just gonna be
who's the dude's name? What's his name? He was in that really phenomenal episode of Last of Us, and he's from Parks and Rec.
Oh, Nick Offerman.
The guy that's playing.
He wasn't nominated. I was kind of shocked.
Dude, he looks like I think he's playing the president. He's got like this Trumpian role. Civil War looks good, man. Civil War looks like
that's gonna be
very divisive. I'm gonna have a lot of fun with that one, man.
Yeah, I think A24 is like preparing like the anti-marketing for it. You know, I think that they have to be ready for that. They have.
I've never watched,
especially on an election year, bro. An election year, dude.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
They got some marketing thing planned, like in terms of like how to redirect like negative shit. I don't know.
I've never watched Parks and Rec, but everything I've ever seen that Nick Offerman guy in, he crushes.
It's so good.
He was even funny in 21 Jump Street and 22. He was funny in that. You know, like that dude is funny.
It's so good. I don't think he was nominated for Emmy in
Parks and Rec because that was listen.
Everything was nominated for Last of Us except for him, and I thought he was. I never finished it.
The best episode. You never finished it. Holy shit!
I didn't finish it. After that episode, dude. That episode destroyed me, dude.
Oh, no, it gets worse.
Crying my ass off.
Episode 8.
Like I needed a break and I never went back because that episode destroyed me, and I was like,
I thought it was great that they brought what's her face that does the voice. Okay, a long time ago there was a show called Growing. A long time ago there was a show called Growing Pains. It was a sitcom. The little girl from that grew up.
Yes, Abby Johnson.
Abby Johnson, and when they had her play the mom,
I thought it was.
I thought that was so smart. That was so fucking. Perp, you gotta finish it, bro. It's gonna gut you, but you gotta finish it, bro.
Probably when the second season, when it starts getting hyped up for the second season, I'm just gonna finish it. But no, I've been
Troy Baker, who plays Joel, he made a cameo in the show.
Yeah, he was the bad guy. He was one of the bad guys.
You know, to be completely honest, it actually is critics that made me not finish it because I heard the final action scene with Joel.
Wow.
I heard that part.
Yeah, I know. Put him now. Get him out of here.
I was like, I'm not in a rush.
Fuck out of here.
I'm gonna watch it. I'm just not in a rush because I heard it turns into.
Well, that's from the game.
It's from the game, but I heard the game in the game.
Oh my God, Anthony, bro, listen, that's
they did it as a montage.
Jarrell, Nick Offerman as Jarrell. I'm in. Fuck yeah.
I want Tom Cruise.
No. Nick Offerman as Pa Kent, Jonathan Kent.
I think he'd be great as both. Yeah, he'd be great as either.
I want Tom Cruise as Jor-El. That'd be amazing.
Can I just mention that? I think that's the point.
Grassie's typing the lyrics to the sitcom jingle for Growing Pains. Kurt Cameron.
Is that his way of saying move on or something?
No, that's his way of knowing the show. That's an old show, guys. Like it's before, like I was a kid when that show was out.
Nick Offerman for Pa Kent is brilliant. Senior nerd, by the way.
Thank you.
I like that. I would want to see that guy die either. I was like, no,
No, don't kill. I believe the whole thing about Jonathan Kent dying was from the Donner movie. I think he
yeah, the heart attack.
Never enjoyed anything Superman related. Just never was a Superman fan. But I loved Smallville. Loved it
because of Lex.
Oh, dude, Michael Rosenbaum is the fucking goat.
That character was great.
Give him a movie.
He kept that show going. He kept that show going.
Whoa.
It was the Lex show for me after a while. A24 Transformers. Now we're talking, but bring back Bay. Bring back Bay.
No joke, man. Man, Michael Rosenbaum. You ever watch his podcast? It's so fucking good.
Yeah, sometimes some
it's
interviews.
So good, man.
Okay. Chris, have you seen Arrow?
Yeah, I was part of the Arrowverse for about 5 seasons. Then I just kind of started getting
Who's your Oliver Queen? Stephen Amell or Justin Hartley?
Vince, you like it inside.
I don't know. I like Amell. I do. I like him. He's campy, but I like him.
I go a little bit. I go Amell, but Hartley was almost more. He was closer.
But I did like his version in Smallville. It was great, you know. And I can't believe Aquaman became Jack Reacher.
Not Jack Reacher. Raphael from Ninja Turtles.
Oh, I think that's Jack Reacher, isn't it?
Yeah, that's Jack Reacher.
Yeah, Jack Reacher. He's Raphael in the Michael Bay produced Ninja Turtles.
My favorite turtle, by the way. Will always be my favorite turtle. How can you not love the protective big brother role?
No, Raphael.
With bad attitude. Raphael is the man. Everybody loves Mikey so much because he's funny, but Raph, that's where all the heart is when it comes to
everyone wants to be Mike, but everyone's Raph.
I'm a Leo. I think Leo. Leo's my favorite turtle since I was a kid.
Mike, but you're all Raph. Sorry.
I had so much fun with this new one, the cartoon. It really made me laugh. The beginning when Leo's trying to talk, when Leo's trying to talk like Batman, and the other one goes like, "You sound like you have bronchitis." I laughed so fucking hard in the theater.
I like the April O'Neil's arc of not throwing up was brilliant.
Yeah. Or the first fight in the garage, they're like, wait a minute, we've never actually been in a real fight before. And they knew
dude, just making them sound like kids was freaking, that's where all the magic came from. I was like, this is magical. Just making them
wait, Anthony, is season 2 out yet? I'm waiting for Jack Reacher season 2.
Oh yeah, it's out. I think it's out. It's been out.
I didn't know that because that's one of the shows
I think I watched it this year, and I was like, they announced the second season. So, and I think like in each season, he's going to a different town to solve problems there, or he just stumbled upon. That's what happened. He just stumbled upon a town and he's going problems, and he's had to solve them.
Degrassi, I can see you not watching the Arrowverse, okay? But if you haven't watched Smallville, bro, do yourself a favor. Because it's fucking good, man. It is that show will pull you in.
This is like Luthor.
They never OP Superman. They never, and the Kents are great.
Superman.
You know, the mom is also from the Superman movies. She was what's her face in the Superman movie?
Lana.
Right, she was Lana. And then John Schneider, I'm thinking they're gonna get one of the Duke brothers to be. Dude, John Schneider's a phenomenal actor. I had no idea he was that good.
Okay, well, of course, Christopher Reeve, he made a cameo. That was like the last thing he did dress away. Christopher Reeve made a cameo.
That cameo was so good when he's in the wheelchair. See, because they had never played the Superman music before on Smallville, and he rolls up in a wheelchair, perp, and it goes dun 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 dun. Bro, that shit hit so fucking hard, bro. Oh my god, that episode of Smallville is one of my favorites, dude. Man, that hit.
Margot Kidder, and I think Margot Kidder played like his assistant or his wife. You know, the Lois Lane for the Donner movies.
Yeah,
she was. I think she was there.
She was
the one.
Christopher Reeves after. Oh God.
No, CJ, they did it real slow. Christopher Reeve rolls up. He's a scientist. He rolls up in the wheelchair, and he's fucked up in real life. And he looks at Clark, and real slow, real low. It goes dun 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 dun.
He didn't do that.
And I remember, I marked the fuck out. You would think the glass shattered and Stone Cold came out. Like for real, dude. I marked the fuck out on that episode.
Done.
For real, dude.
Done.
And I'm not even a Superman guy, but Smallville, I love Smallville.
Yeah, it didn't went down the hill. Honestly,
no, I did like the way it ended. I liked when he finally wore the suit, ripped his shirt open, and it was Darkseid.
It's the last shot. It's the last shot. He just like, and then there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
But
and he talks to his dad. He talks to Jarrell. He finally talks to Jarrell and has a conversation with his father. And he's
Right.
like, I'm proud of you. And he's like, yeah, that's all I've ever wanted was for my dad to be proud of me. And then he rips his shirt off. And what's that actor's name? He's a great actor. And he rips his shirt open and he's got the Superman logo on. And I think it's Apocalypse coming, not Darkseid. It's Apocalypse. And that's how it ends. You know, the way Angel ended, where he's like, I'll take the dragon. I love endings like that. I love shit like that. Because in my mind, Angel won. He beat that dragon. We'll see, though. I don't know. He's a Navy SEAL now or some shit. What's that dude's name? I always forget both of their names. I always remember Michael Rosenbaum, but I always forget the kid that played Clark. He was also
Tom Welling.
Tom Welling, yeah. He's actually a really good actor. Yeah, Tom Welling. And
You
I
ever
always
see him in the
forget-
Fog remake?
Yeah, I enjoyed the Fog remake. Not as much as I liked the first one, but I enjoyed it. It was all
Sure.
right, you know.
Sure. Had some
You know.
good cinematography.
I just
So
recently coming up.
I try not to gatekeep, and a lot of people do, and we all do it because I can't lie. I gatekeep the fuck out of The Crow, The Breakfast Club, The Goonies. I tell people don't ever fuck with them. Don't ever. So I get it. I
mention
gatekeep.
those names.
Yeah, I gatekeep. Max gatekeeps. We all gatekeep. But what we forget is,
What do I gatekeep?
listen, they've got to pass down these movies. You know, like the remake of The Thing.
Drama
the
movies.
prequel. They want the kids to get on. Look, if you show, oh my God, that's how I discovered Ozzy. That's how I discovered Black Sabbath. I listened to Ozzy, and then I told my dad, look, here's how. Faith No More had an album come out. Okay. At the end of the Faith No More album, there was a song, the War Pigs song. And I was telling my dad, you got to hear this song. And my dad was like, kiddo, that's an old Black Sabbath song. And I'm like, really? So I go dig out his Black Sabbath album. And then I go, Ozzy Osbourne was in Black Sabbath? That's how shit happens. It comes downhill. Movies are the same way. If some kid goes and watch the prequel of The Thing with Mary Elizabeth Gorgeous Winstead, who I love to death, that will make them want to go watch you know what I'm saying? The John Carpenter version. So we can't always gatekeep these movies. If things are rated PG-13, maybe it's because A, they want to make the money back, and B, you got to get some kids in the seat. How did you discover horror movies, Perp? It didn't just like, you know what I'm saying? It happened organically, right? Nobody came to you and said, you're going to watch these kind of movies.
No, yeah.
It happened organically.
Yeah,
So I don't have a problem with like a lot of these remakes, and I try not to gatekeep, even though I do gatekeep certain things, man. I do. I can't help it, you know. I'm gonna start gatekeeping Kingdom of Nerds over here. I'm gonna try to get Bruce for a contract.
Are you having your symbiote moment?
I haven't even got to that
the
part yet.
damn
Let me tell
door.
you something. I'm playing Spider-Man on the hardest difficulty. I don't know why I did that, but I'm
Why?
telling you,
You're such
Fuck
a
'em.
gamer, bro.
no, these Craven motherfuckers are so hard to beat, bro. And Craven is a legit, ominous, scary character in this game. These Spider-Man games are so well done, man. I can't believe I didn't get I've had a PlayStation 4 and all that, but I always played Xbox. But I said, you know what? I'm treating myself. I've been busting my ass for getting a PlayStation 5.
Are you upset that Blade is not going to be Insomniac?
I don't know, man. We're gonna get it on Xbox. I have all three consoles. I have
Dude, I don't
I have
even know what the
retro
Blade game is.
consoles.
Yeah.
I have everything.
But like
Okay.
not part of that universe. I mean,
But I could not find a PlayStation 5. I finally got one, and it was a Spider-Man bundle. I wanted the Call of Duty bundle. The whole reason I got it was because I wanted to play COD. I bought the Call of Duty game and the PlayStation 5 bundle with Spider-Man. I've barely touched Call of Duty, and all I'm doing is playing the old PlayStation games like God of War and Spider-Man.
did you play the first Spider-Man?
No, I can't wait to go back and play that.
The
This
first Spider-Man is like fantastic, like the best
they're both-
Spider-Man story
Spy-
that they've put
If
to
you want-
screen.
Mojo put out a countdown today of the 10 greatest PlayStation games of all time. Spider-Man was like right in the middle. Spider-Man was right there. They're talking about
Like
one of the
if you
best
like
games ever
Spider-Man 2, if you like the movie Spider-Man 2, you'll love the first Spider-Man game.
But I heard this Spider-Man, the one I'm playing now, isn't just about Craven. We're gonna get Venom. We're gonna get like
Venom,
we're gonna get
No,
all
no,
sorts of stuff
wait.
in the game.
When I say Spider-Man 2, I don't mean the game. I mean the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movie.
Well,
If you like that one,
Toby's my favorite Spider-Man, and that's my
if
favorite.
if you like that one, then you'll love the first Spider-Man movie, Spider-Man game.
Yeah, I can't wait to go play it. Because there's no Doc Ock in this one, and I'm here. Look, I'm no spoilers, guys. I guess if you haven't played part 1, but this one starts out where Aunt May's dead, and Norman's son Harry, his mom's dead.
Yeah, that would have hit different had you played the first game.
Yeah, I may stop, go back and play the first game, and then come back, because very rarely does a video game get me emotionally involved, and this game has me emotionally invested. That's how good the Spider-Man game is. I know I sound like a total shill right now because I'm a 49-year-old man playing PlayStation. But I'm telling you, man.
Although the first Spider-Man game was better with the original face model.
Yelling shill at the dog.
Because they altered
he's looking at me like,
the look of Peter Parker.
I enjoy it. I'm telling you, man, I'm really enjoying this game. And you don't just get to learn about them as superheroes. It touches into their personal lives, where you go into Aunt May's old house and you pack up her stuff, and you want Mary Jane to move in with you, and you got shit going on with Harry. You know he's gonna turn into the Hobgoblin. It's about to get real. He started that big foundation for Aunt May and his mom, and he wants Peter to work for him. And I'm just like heavily invested in this story. This is such a great game. Like, there's a pay-per-view tonight for UFC. Normally, I wouldn't miss it for the fucking world. That shit's gonna be on in the background while I play.
Kobe Covington, come on, man.
No, I like Kobe. Don't get me wrong, but I'm rooting for Leon. I've always loved Leon. Oh yeah, I've always loved Leon. I knew he was gonna be champion, and everybody made fun of me. Everybody made fun of me because I got mad when COVID was going on, and they skipped over him, and they gave Jorge Masvidal the title shot.
Yeah.
Against Usman, and I'm like, what the fuck are you doing?
Well, that's not Jorge's name. Jorge, he had a run.
Then why have ranking? Then why have a ranking system, Perp? If a guy's ranked number 4, number 1 needs someone to fight. 2 and 3 are sick with COVID. Then you go to number 4. You don't go to Street Jesus because he has a bigger name. You know what I mean? And I told everybody they're skipping over Leon Edwards. Someday he's going to be champ, and everybody made fun of me. I got roasted.
Who else is fighting in this card?
Oh, we got Patty. Patty's fighting. Okay, Patty the Batty.
Patty and Tony Ferguson. Yeah.
But Tony Ferguson's going to get destroyed. But yeah, man, like it's going to be a good card. But I'm going to be listening to it in the background while I play Spider-Man.
Good.
That's how like I got to do a lot of shit to keep my mind off stuff, man. Like I don't know if I sent you the video or not.
You haven't sent me a video, but we talked about like stuff.
I had to take my mom to see what her options were, and I was making the video, and when they showed that mass on her lungs on the ultrasound, bro, I took a video of it, and I was just like, what are our options, and they're like, there aren't any options. This is it. Like we didn't catch it. And I'm like, fuck. So I got it real in my head, man. I got real in my head. It was crazy. The same day I bought my new PlayStation, and I was having such a great day. And then it turned into, it's only been about a week, man. Of course, you really have.
I called him. I'm so sorry.
I ran to like, of course I ran to Saggy because she's the one when I'm emotional like that I go to, like, that's and good. It's shout like, oh yeah, Saggy, that's my girl, man. I love the fuck out of her. But to keep your mind off shit, I tell you, honestly, video games are a good distraction. They're a healthy distraction, I mean, I'm pressed about it, but we all are. We all, my problems are no bigger than anybody else's. We are all going through our own personal hells. We're all dealing with loss. We're all dealing with bad shit in our lives. Coming on here is supposed to be fun, but a lot of times it ends up being filled with drama. I don't like arguing with Max. You think I like arguing with Max?
No, you didn't do that today, though. It was good.
I don't enjoy that. You think I enjoy the way I feel about who? I don't enjoy
the fact
Voldemort that I have hatred for her. No, you know how I'm talking about. Like I have anger issues towards that girl, and I don't want to, but I do. Right. You think I enjoy that? No, I don't fucking enjoy that.
But it was good. There was nothing negative today. You guys talked and all that stuff, and I was trying to get you in there with the VHS stuff.
No, and I'm telling you, I'm not kidding. I'm not paying for. Listen, I'm not kidding. I'm not paying for postage. If anybody wants any of these fucking VHS tapes that you guys think are going to be worth money someday, and I don't think are going to be worth shit, I won't come off my. I won't come off my cassettes. But you guys can have all these fucking VHS tapes. You just got to pay for postage. That's it. Pay for the
Déjame
poster.
ver.
I've got
me
3
see.
different versions. of
I
Star Wars.
think in like
on
100
VHS.
years it might be worth something, but not now.
Everyone's like, well, the original theatrical version of Star Wars, you could only get that on Laserdisc. Wrong.
Laser
Fuck
dick.
Laserdisc.
Laser dick.
That's what I call it. I have the original trilogy behind me from the motherfucking 80s behind me on VHS. You know, and my
Laser
parents, but yeah, and they're like, well, you can only get the
Is your
original.
nerd frozen, or is he just looking like that?
He's angry.
No, I'm looking like
There he is, there he is.
I'm looking at like apparently as hey the guy. Look at that.
That's pretty good.
And Brucifer, I know you're lurking. We're gonna get you under a timed contract, buddy. I really enjoy it because I don't know because when I first
Why don't you
met
go to his show?
I do I watch it all the time. When I first met Brucifer, I didn't like get it. You know what I mean? Like I didn't I'm like what how did Max meet him? You know
What?
I still
Yeah.
don't get it.
and you know and then I started watching his show and I get so much comic book knowledge. So I haven't collected
Sure.
comics since the 80s, but these guys, him and his crew, like they got it.
every damn day they're getting
crew,
like
man.
pickups and shit. Like yeah,
And he's funny, and I like why he pushes back on Max too. It's funny, you know. I just really I like Bruce for sure. But and that thing he does where you can cast, I want to be part of that someday. But yeah, I'm gonna try to get Bruce under contract for like maybe 2 or 3 streams where he has to show up.
The after show is the best show.
No, not anymore, Anthony. I stopped around the late 80s, and then there was a big boom in the early 90s. I don't know if you guys remember the boom that almost killed comic books. Remember where they were making the boom that almost
Hey,
killed the
Bruce,
comic
stream. We
industry.
don't talk comics here. What are you talking about? Boom.
Well, that's when I stopped collecting them, you know. But I've got comic books that you guys like. Okay, I've got a Metallica comic book. I've got
that's cool.
Batman. I got Batman versus Predator. I got Predator versus Alien. I got RoboCop versus Terminator. I got a bunch of crossovers.
I have
people are
Axe
like,
Saves
really?
Obama.
I remember the first. You want to know the first comic book I bought?
What?
X-Men, because I saw Wolverine. I didn't even know who he was. I just saw him on the cover. 1986. I saw that Shing, and I went, "What is that?" And I bought it.
Give me all of that.
Then I became like a big time X-Men guy.
Base.
Oh,
I like the cartoon.
Yeah, the variant covers, Vince. Yeah, they were doing all these limited editions, but then they were printing millions of them. And then when people didn't buy them because they thought they were gonna be worth money, you would have one comic with 4 different covers. And we were falling for that shit. The way we fall for Black Series, Star Wars stuff, certain Hot Wheels, Funko Pops. The comic book industry is no different. And we were doing that. I was going out going, well, fuck, this kid's a comic book. I need every cover. I need the Gene cover, the Paul cover, the Peter cover. I need all, you know, and I would do that. And then they would print so many, it almost killed the comic book industry. Like it really did. That's the one thing me and Ethan disagree on a lot of stuff, but I will say this. Ethan saw my art and he offered, Chris, if you want to make a graphic novel, I will help you crowdfund. I will help you. And I never took him up on his offer, but a lot of people hate Ethan Van Sciver, and I understand he is he's a bit of an instigator. But for a man that barely knows me to step out like that and offer to help me make my own comic, that was pretty dope of him, man. I'll always, you know, be like that, and I'll always care about him because of that. He's a good dude, man. He's not like that when he's not on camera, guys. He really ain't. He's different. But at the same time, when he's on camera, he says some foul shit, bro. I can see why people hate him. Like, no joke.
Yeah.
He's cutting up Roast Tico. He's shit on Star Wars, but it's all shock value. He's the Howard Stern of comic books, guys. That's all. That's it. He's the Howard Stern of comic books.
He has his own whack pack and everything.
He does. Like Setzel, he gets some guy drunk, standing up at a desk who pisses himself on stream. Yeah, that's his Beetlejuice. He's got his own
He's got a
Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice. Hey, I gotta go and walk the dog though. Is it?
Yeah, I'm gonna bounce too and play some
This is the
Spider-Man.
end. So this
If
is the
you guys
end
stream
of
later-
the after show.
If you guys stream later, I'll jump on. If I might stream later, I hope you guys might show up. I haven't streamed in a while, But
Yeah.
anyway, I love you guys. I'm gonna bounce. Be careful walking the dog. There's no handlebars.
Yeah, I
I'm
know.
gonna play the outro.
Y'all be good. I'm gonna
Do
go.
the outro.
Oh,
I'm gonna go.
No,
I'm
do
gonna
the
go save
outro.
New York.
what?
Yeah, I'm
Do
gonna.
the
How
outro. What are you
rude!
doing?
How rude!
Wait.
I'm gonna
Outro.
play the outro. I'm gonna go save
I'm
New
Wait.
York.
doing an outro.
Hold on.